Boo. All right, how's it going? All are well and good. I've just been listening to some lovely music, actually. Listening to Andrew Brooks doing his set. If you haven't seen it yet, what are you doing sitting here looking at this ugly bastard? Go and watch it now, because it's really, really cool. And also, if you can, there's Jim's set, which is... I loved all of it, but I loved that second piece. That was my favourite. The second change, shall we say. Really, really nice. Loved it. In fact, I think it's might have been possibly the same set that he did at Kevfest. Possibly. I don't know. I got a memory like a thing with a bad memory. So, oh, hello. That's turned up. Bonjour.
Yeah, good evening.
There you are. All right.
Yeah, not too bad. It's a good show. Great music afterwards. And it was a nice ending listening to Jim and Andy.
Yep. I dropped in a quick Grace and Andy set as well that I watched.
Yeah.
Which was really good. It was really good.
Yeah, that was the glitter ball and the really bad dad dancing.
Oh, I'm sure he appreciates.
Yes, I know you can hear Andy. It's weird. I had your page open in YouTube, and I kept refreshing.
Yeah.
And nothing came up. I didn't get any notifications that the show had started. And then, literally, 10 seconds before I jumped in, it suddenly showed that the show was live, and there were already 14 people watching. So, fuck YouTube.
Well, it's also for kids, right?
Is it? I don't know. But, I'll have to figure out how to change that, because this show is not for children.
No.
Well, except naughty ones, I suppose.
I mean, I children to this generation, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, it's for big kids, but just not children.
Yeah, big ones, yeah. Oh, mate. So, yeah. No, I'm bored shitless tonight, so I thought, well, do you know what? Let's just run something up. See who shows. And they're coming in thick and fast.
Hello,
darling.
Mr. Brooks.
Hello, gorgeous people. Thank you
Howdy-ho.
for showing up to our slice of self-indulgence. We loved it.
It was sweet, mate.
And it
Enjoyed
was really good timing as well.
You'd think we'd planned it.
I saw the panicking. Jim was sweating. He was pedalling really hard to get more juice into his phone.
Oh no! Yeah. Oh, pigeon post or what? I mean, sorry, Jim. I mean, honestly, it took about an hour. Oh yeah.
That one lady was walking around looked like Pris from Blade Runner. She had the eye makeup and everything.
Oh, honestly, you've no joke. That lady, that was John. Apparently, that was John, and John finished John's set playing Waterloo by ABBA, and just with a guitar and everything. It was just the maddest thing. There were all sorts of people there last night. It was an absolutely fucking brilliant event, and I cannot wait for the next one. I am so grateful. I mean, if Ian pops up, I really hope he does, because such a massive thank you to Ian J. Cole for just sending us the link in Facebook. So I had no idea. Yeah. I mean, I've got no idea what goes on in this city. Honestly, I'm so disconnected. It's crap. But getting there, it's like, oh yeah, okay, this is how. So thank you, Ian. Met all those people. Met Martin, who organises it, and Paul, or what was Paul called? Oh, all these names, all 1,000 names in my head now. Well, it was a really fabulous, and there were so many people. It sounds silly. It was a smallish venue, but it felt like there were loads of people there,
Yeah.
and all people turning up to play, people turning up to just simply watch. There was such an appetite for live electronic music, regardless of who you are, regardless of what you're doing. It did not matter, and people were so open and accepting, and it was just buzzing. I loved it. I'm still on an adrenaline high. Hence me.
Also, the advantage of that sort of setup is that if someone is playing something you don't like, they're going to be off in 10 or 15 minutes. It doesn't matter. It's not like you paid 40 quid to go to a gig, or or more, to see a band that you really want to, and you think. I mean, it's like I saw Bob Dylan, and walked out after 20 minutes because
that's hardly a surprise, is it? Oh, sorry.
The concert was just it was awful.
Sorry, no, not my favourite. Bob Dylan songs are great when other people sing them, but not when Bob Dylan sings them. God's sake. Sorry.
Times They Are Changing is pretty good. He does a good job.
Yeah.
No, he
fantastic lyricist. Some of the records are really good, but live, I mean, the guy could not sing a single note.
No.
Right.
Well, Jimi Hendrix is a great one of his songs.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to get onto a hating Bob Dylan. I don't hate Bob Dylan. I can't listen to him. I've tried so often.
Well, basically,
it's a cultural.
Anyone who covers the songs,
isn't it?
anyone who covers the songs is better than Bob Dylan singing them.
Did you ever hear Lay Lady Lay? Because it doesn't sound like him. He had some kind of accident. His throat was damaged, and it doesn't sound like him at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know the history.
Yeah.
But I mean,
he still sounds weird, but it's different.
Oh dear.
Well, I watched a video clip.
Original synths. I like Zappa comparing Dylan with the Hoover. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it. I mean, other people singing it. I mean, is it the Birds singing "Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man"? I mean, it's just a beautiful song. His songs are beautiful, but not when he sings them. Sorry.
No, William Shatner's version is the best.
Oh, good
Yeah,
God.
of course. You've nailed it there, Andy. We could not contradict that in any way, shape or form, could we? Discuss in 5,000 words on my desk tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah, just Rocket Man.
Rocket.
Phaser set to stun.
That live performance on the Sci-Fi Show, and then Family Guy totally copied it. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, the thing is, actually, to credit to William Shatner, he actually really appreciates that, and he enjoys it, and he thinks it's funny, which is cool.
He does now.
He finally embraced self-parody. It took a long time.
Yeah, it took a while, but once he realised it was fun, he bought into it big time.
Evening.
Jimmy James and the Blue Flames.
Hail the Conquering Heroes.
I'll tell you what, I love that on your set when the bass drum comes in and the camera goes.
The camera's rattling everywhere. It was a nice effect.
I was trying to keep it steady. The problem was that every time the bass drum came in, it wasn't just the camera that shook; it was me and all.
No, it was a brilliant effect. It really was.
Well, in the low light, you're getting the rolling shutter effect, which is really weird.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something about that fucking flight case. Oh my god!
Wrong camera. What's going on with your camera?
You need a flight case
Stand
with
up.
a papier-mâché, Jim.
It's weird because when I was watching it and Jim walked on, I mean, that's not Jim. It doesn't look like Jim.
He had his hair artfully brushed forward, doing
Also-
a sort of semi Phil Oakey impression.
Also, I've never seen him standing. I've never seen him standing, so...
Oh yeah, I have legs.
Hey, that's what it was.
Like Angela Rippon. They were just as
Yes.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
But it was. I'm sorry. It was the flick of the hair.
Andy, this is for you. Oh, I've got some Elvis.
Have you got some
Elvis
Elvis
squeezings.
Elvis squeezings. I'm not. I'm sorry, but I've now descended to Wagyu's Kirsch.
Oh, you're finishing the kiss. It's only
Finish it.
15%
I haven't
though, Andy.
finished. It's not. It's 37.5.
Oh, it's proper stuff. Oh, that's fine.
He wasn't allowed to send anything he sent. Don't tell anyone, but he sent it illegally.
Like I give a shit.
He's a smuggler.
Something I do
He
have to
smuggled
do.
alcohol out of Switzerland.
You should see the stuff shipped in this country.
Sheffield.
People used to sell guns to each other all the time. So
Yeah, one thing I do have to do, I have to give a big shout out to Hans Zimmer, who's got COVID. Hope you feel better soon, buds.
Oh, no.
Yeah, get
Right.
better soon, Hans. We've all had it.
Poor
It's
bugger.
shit. You'll be
Yeah.
all right in a week.
When he
not
started the
flexed,
tour, he
touch
goes,
wood.
"I don't think I should be careful. If I'm careful, I might not get it. I should be all right." And then, literally, last day of the tour. So,
I've got a cough. Right, when are you going to get him to come on here? I'd love to sit and talk to Hans Zimmer. I'm sorry. I
wouldn't know
he's
what to
busy.
say. I just want to sit and listen.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say, be fair. When he sneezes, he goes, "Bwah, bwah."
yeah, I want to ask him about the time that he got very, very drunk and fell asleep in the studio, and all the guys dressed him up as a giant can of Tennant's Extra Super, and then took a photograph of him like that, so like in a chair, like with the gold label and everything on him. So,
Oh, wonderful.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
no, he's a laugh. He's a right old giggle.
Yeah.
So he is.
Get him on. Get him
Well,
on.
he's,
Just so we can bend his ear and take
At the
piss out of him.
moment, I've got him lined up to come on to PSN.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. Oh,
Yeah.
so well done.
Because
Right, Billy Curry.
he
Sorry.
doesn't really do podcasts. But I said, look, do the podcast, and then if you're
And
very
then we'll
good,
have a chat afterwards. Just a couple of friends.
yeah. No, this was it. I said, look, if you're really good on that, then I'll allow you to come on my show. But
The highbrow
you got to do the screen test first. Yeah. So he's a good lad. He's old hands.
I'd like to just say thanks to Cresshead for forcing us to do that premiere thing. That was good fun.
Actually, Cressy,
Yeah.
yeah,
Fine.
dead right. Because we do what? How do we do it?
Yeah,
I mean, Jim,
we'd never done
I
that.
don't know how you synchrised that, Jim, because it was
It
like...
was luck.
It was
slick,
luck.
pure luck. Yeah. It was slick. It seemed really slick, didn't it? It was like
I'll
literally
tell
end
you
of
what,
mine,
though.
start of yours.
The sound quality of your phone is amazing. I'm going to have to get one of those. I'm going to have to buy a fucking...
Let me guess, it's an iPhone.
It is an iPhone, and it was. It sounded great, didn't it? Okay, it
Yeah.
was mono, but it was great. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, placed right by the speaker.
Absolutely. I mean, you couldn't have positioned that tripod in a stupider place, could you?
I know.
Jim?
I still think you need to get a smoke machine.
Yeah.
I was trying my best. I was puffing out like nobody's business.
Yeah, but you got to give me a bit more of a heads up because, like tonight when I said on
Yes.
PSN that I was going to do a show at 10, and Andrew said,
Well,
"No, not at 10."
They had been discussing it in the chat since 8:30 or
Yeah,
something.
but Kent was very busy. He was concentrating. Very...
Yeah, no.
Actually,
Here's the
just to
thing:
say-
when the show's on, I'm watching it on this tiny little touchscreen, and the chat is so small. I'm going, what's that say? I can't read anything.
Oh.
So
That explains a lot.
yeah, exactly. So I'm going to get a bigger screen to go up here. I've got one up in the attic.
Can I
bring
ask
down.
you? I'm stupid about these things. Why, when you've got those massive, great big screens, are you watching on a stupidity one?
Oh, because the big ones are for the PC. The little touch screen is for the Mac Mini.
That helps.
But yeah,
Okay.
so there's limited room. You see, so
yeah.
so I've got the little Mac Mini down here.
I got a
screen
PC
down
that
here.
does YouTube perfectly well. Why can't you watch it on your PC?
Oh, because if you watch it, you can see I have to watch the YouTube video to see the chat big enough.
No,
And-
right.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no!
you
The
need to
way
do
you
the
do it, just pop out
chat.
Pop out chat.
Yeah,
Those
but
little
here's-
three buttons do the
Yeah,
pop
but
out
here's the
chat.
thing. What tends to happen is because the broadcast goes through out on the Mac Mini because of the way the audio works, we don't get the loop back. You hear what the whole show 7 seconds later, and then broadcast it again.
No.
Do pop
You
out
don't.
chat and then shut down the YouTube video.
Yeah.
You can
And then
do
the
that.
that's
you
what I'm
can.
doing now.
Those little 3 buttons at the top of your YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
yeah. I know
They
how to pop her
chat.
out,
Well,
but I
do
didn't know
it,
you could shut
and then-
down the actual
and
stream thing
shut,
as well.
Shut down the stream, and the pop-out chat stays there. That's what I've got up right
Yeah,
now.
that's what I
Always learning. Always learning.
So,
Always,
for this thing right now, I have
every day's a
StreamYard on the
school
right
day.
side of the screen. I have the YouTube video moved over to the side except for chat. It's still on, but it's
Yeah.
muted. So
Yeah.
you can leave it on and just mute
You
it.
can't. Yeah,
Okay.
that too. If you've got a big
Yeah.
enough screen.
Because I must
So-
admit, I hadn't gone near it again since except when I first started it, which was a fucking car crash for the first 3 or 4 weeks. It was just a nightmare. It really
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even that time,
they
the
were
first
cool.
time,
They were such fun.
it was like the first time I went on the PSN, and I had to use this little condenser mic thing because my XLR mic didn't work because I didn't know you had to turn the 48 volt on. That's how new I was to mics and stuff. I didn't have a fucking clue. You know, they just look like cops from black cops from
Could
the
have been worse. You could have
1970s.
turned
You
on
know?
Phantom Power and fried something that didn't need it. So,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but just think, even 10 years ago, this would have been almost impossible. This would have cost.
Oh, Christ,
God
yeah.
knows how many thousands of pounds to set
Yeah.
up. I mean, I can
That's
remember
crazy, isn't
we had video conferencing between a number of sites on dedicated leased lines. And
Yay,
There he is. Hey.
Replacement Jim.
it cost God knows how much.
Replacement for hire.
I mainly work for Jim, but it's up to
I actually
Jim.
heard
Jim
this.
says I can, freelance. Otherwise, it's just Jim's replacement. Right?
So
You
where's
can stand in for
meow?
me any time.
Meow. Where's meow?
Oh yeah, where's your cat?
Oh,
Meow.
yeah.
Meow.
She's got more sense. She's got sleep.
She found a warm spot and curled up.
Hey, look, she'll be on every show she can get on with. She's
Bless her.
she's awesome. She'll be around.
Mm.
Solid. Where she went? Maybe she's playing hard to get.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah, with a feline.
So what piece of crap did I buy today? Let me think.
Nice cut.
I bought a USB to 5-pin DIN MIDI converter that is shaped and built exactly the same as a Mac Mini. It's in a big aluminium case and it looks like a Mac Mini, but it's a
Okay.
USB to 5-pin DIN MIDI converter.
Just single channel or multi-channel or?
10, I think.
Oh, okay.
76 quid.
Does it have a headphone out jack?
That's-
That would be sweet.
On the back. Yeah. Why you put that on my back? You bastard.
Which one
That's
is
it,
it? That,
man.
It's too messy on the front.
that sounds very, very reasonable.
It is. It was one of the cheapest ones going. The ones that were just little black boxes, and some of them were only 4-way, were like 115 quid. And I'm going, but the one that's made out of aluminium and looks like a Mac Mini and is 10-way, I'm having it. I'll have it.
What's it called and where did you get it from?
Oh, God, now you are.
Yeah.
I got it from 24/7.
Oh, okay.
And it's called a...
Stop doing
A thingy.
a thing. And it's called an M5. I know it's called an M5. And it's a... no, do you know what? I can't... God, my
So
memory.
I'm just
My
looking for
memory.
it on DV27. Oh, right. Icon Cube
Icon. That's it.
MI5 USB MIDI interface.
Yeah.
I was going to say, just ask
74.90.
Fiona because I'm sure she will have gone. Kent, what are you buying now?
What have you bought now?
It's a 5 in, 5 out.
5 in, 5 out. Yeah, there you go. 10.
So
10-way
what's the
thing.
purpose? So what's the purpose of it, Kent? What are you going to use them for?
There is the odd piece of equipment that is not responding well to WIDI. So I must go back to...
Don't tell Robbie, he'll be dead upset.
Oh, I know. So
He's not here.
there's some 5-pin dinning required.
He'll never watch this.
Well,
yeah,
there's a problem with WIDI. Some things don't provide enough voltage for it, as
yeah.
Francine
That's
discovered.
true, yeah.
So,
Plus, I got things like the TR-77 and the SR-95 drum machines do not have whatchamacallit, MIDI
Through.
out. Is it?
Thrown out.
Or they don't have MIDI in. I can't remember which one it is. It's fucking one of them.
It's
I
usually
think it
out.
doesn't have MIDI
Some
in.
only have
It's usually
MIDI
out.
out.
Some have
Yeah.
MIDI out, and quite a lot don't have MIDI through. Why has MIDI through died? MIDI through is wonderful. Give us
Because they
MIDI
made it
through.
soft through now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
your MIDI
I
out
know.
socket can become through,
Yeah,
can't it?
except
But
Korg
these are
didn't
converted.
implement it. Korg did not implement MIDI through on the Electribe series, which is why.
Through box.
Yeah, but it doesn't work
Still,
though.
it's
You've
extra
got
stuff.
to plug 15 things in. Oh, it's just a pain in the arse.
They work. They usually work. That's how I found.
I use them all the time.
Sometimes
They're
they
great.
don't.
No.
yeah, it's just that on the drum machines where you're converting them to have MIDI, they only give you the one socket.
Yeah.
So MIDI can't be powered off it.
Yeah.
So they have to be fucking in.
Eric.
And by the time you got 3 or 4 of these, the old crappers, because there's a Selma that's waiting to come up here that I want to install, and she's a lovely little drum machine. Wood. Nice.
Yeah.
So, if the drum machine's made of wood, it's clearly, obviously, brilliant. So it needs piping in, and of course it's only one socket, and MIDI won't work on it.
Yeah.
So
Well, I've just. What day is it today? It's Friday. On Wednesday, I received.
All day.
Yeah. I'd put an order in some time ago for some cheap Arduino MIDI shields
yeah,
because I worked out that I couldn't actually buy the component parts
Yeah.
cheaper. So
because they are pretty cheap, aren't they? Those shields.
I don't want to use them on the actual Arduino, but I thought, for the they were only like $1.50 each or something. So I bought 10 of them,
Yeah.
and they've got MIDI in, out, and through, opto isolated, proper resistors in place, piece of piss to wire in, and it's sort of anything that I have that doesn't have a MIDI through, you can just whop one of those in, and
Yeah,
Bob's,
absolutely.
Bob's your auntie.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, anybody got their gear set up? Let's continue this live jam stuff. Off you go.
Yeah.
Set up. I've just
Still-
plugged it there.
Yeah. It's all like.
Still in
The,
my
the coffin's still on the sofa there.
I thought it looked
Coffin's
tidy.
still on the-
Yeah, I thought it looked tidy, Andy.
It's where I'll be sleeping
Oh,
tonight.
honestly, you have no idea. Actually, this spaghetti is mental. Just.
Oh my godfathers.
Where's your nice new pink, thick,
I
rubbery things?
Oh no, they're down there. I didn't use the pink
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
I didn't use my sex toys for the gig. Jim. I used
Oh no.
Honestly, I'm not kidding. I'm going to say this. I mean,
When they
Steve,
wagyu sex toys.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, thanks, Wagyu, for your second-hand sex toys. But anyway, it was. Oh no, this is getting badder now. I wish I'd not said that.
Oh,
I've done it again, haven't I?
He's laughing. He's laughing.
he's pulled the soul wood from the stone.
Here come
And
the
stuck
nasty-
it where it doesn't belong. And there's. Stop it, Jim. Stop it right now.
See, this is right. I could never be an actor. Just like I'd be corpsing the whole bloody time.
Absolutely
God.
bleeding habits. You want to join RADA, darling? No way, dear. Yeah. Go and do a city and guild somewhere. Right. And, I can't remember what I was going to say now. I've fucking lost the plot.
You're not alone.
Show us your sex toys.
Oh, do you want to see them again? Do you really want to see them again, David? Do you really?
Get out your long pink one.
My long pink one is
The
coming
longest pink
right
one you
now.
had.
My long pink one is about to emerge.
Let's get it
Everybody's
on.
watching this.
Baby.
Here
Here they come. Here they come. You ready for this? You better be
Sexy
sitting
Friday.
down. You better be sitting
Oh.
down, bitch.
All 5 of them.
Oh,
There they are.
Oh, sorry.
What couldn't I just can't wait to plug those into sockets where they shouldn't go.
Would you wrap them around your neck?
Oh, matron, no. Mm.
You see my neck? I look like a bull, Dave.
Wait, how many inputs does your thing have?
Far more than I can count.
It's good to be young.
Well, it started
Young.
at 1.
It's just getting sillier by the minute.
Well, apparently
Your false teeth are about to fall out. Young.
Oh, mate, one of my friends, he's a tech over in Wales, Ben Rossborough, brilliant at tech. And he goes, oh, do you know what? We should have a plan. I'm going, well, what sort of plan? He says, well, he says, in about 7 years, I'll be 60 and I'm thinking about retiring. So why don't you retire at 60 as well? And I go, well, that's December. Hey, don't give me a lot of fucking time, does it? He goes, you're never 59. I went, yes, I am 59.
Just get all that shit sold, Kent, before anybody can possibly claim it.
Yeah.
Right?
I go, can't you tell her 15, mate?
I haven't got a
Just
watch.
shut down the business and write some sort of disclaimer or fucking on the door.
Yeah.
If you don't pick these up within like 2 days,
2.5 days. Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah, 'cause
it,
I said-
David.
I said,
get
You've
an
got
official
it.
stamp. Boom! It's been officially stamped by all appropriate parties. And
Yeah. Because I said to him, I said, yeah, I said, you can tell I'm 59. Listen to my elbow. And I went, there you go. I'm fucked, boy. I'm done.
Do that again, Kent, because that sounded like my gig last night. Yeah, that was it.
what about
Why
the
did
other?
why did I bring
You're
all that
giggling.
shit? You could have just stood there with a microphone going.
Mate.
It sounded better than that. The bass coming from your modular rig, I was just like, whoa. You
Yeah.
just- oh,
Well,
sweet.
you know, I'll tell you what, Jim. There's a massive difference between the sound, and it sounds. I know we know this, but behind the speakers, it was like there's nothing here. It was mental. It was so different. When I went behind to take some photos of you doing it, well, I'll take some photos of Jim in that pervy way. And
Talking about cunts.
talking about cunts.
Oh, no.
No, not him.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
Who summoned the tie?
Oh, I didn't mention Beringer at all. I
Who
said it
needs-
was, but I didn't mention it.
Dance music.
Who needs fucking
did
mates when I've got you? Anyway,
Welcome,
You need-
darling.
You need a shave tie. Fucking
I'm
hell,
only-
that
I'm
beard's
only-
not good. That
I'm
grey's
only-
not great on your chin. Stop it. Just get that shaved off. I'll send you some razors if you need them. I've got some spares in the cupboard.
Send her one of those pink dongles.
Pink dong. What was
Pink
that?
dongles.
I'm just-
pink dongles.
I'm just waiting for a gap.
It's a floppy pink dog.
I take it no Philp.
No, Philp. Yes, Philp's here.
She isn't, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Where is she?
In bed. I'm not going to show you.
Oh, go on.
Just take the camera in.
I'll
Such a,
just go
you
with
are,
the camera.
yeah, you're such a fucking prude. You really are.
Sorry.
So you got your camera working.
Yeah, I'm literally on it. The reason that I'm down here is they're chasing basically. So I've got to be up finishing this track. But I did just think, I said to Ken, honestly, what happened was with the camera, I did absolutely fuck all with it, and I just left it. Came in this morning, literally switched it on, all worked. No, but no, the computer wasn't rebooted. There was nothing that I didn't shut the lid. There was nothing. It's just last night.
Apple
Wasn't
phoned
working.
home.
Last night it wasn't working, and then this morning it was
But
working.
I don't know whether it's just me, but your voice is out of sync.
Now apparently there is something on here that does.
What a fuck it up dial.
Yeah, how much out of sync? Apparently I can.
About a second at the moment.
Second.
Just try again.
One.
That's better. That's better.
Okay.
Slap your face. There you go. It's cool.
Slightly out.
About 10 milliseconds.
Okay. Hang on.
Just keep slapping your face till you get it right.
Yeah, fuck off. How's that? How's that now?
Couldn't hear it. Try a punch.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's pretty
Still
good.
slightly out, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on. So we're going for a second.
You do look like an old age pensioner at an ABBA concert doing that, though.
Okay, try that now. How's that now?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
That's good. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing. I'm literally jumping on to try the camera and the microphone. How's the microphone working?
Working well.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Very good. Because it's a shotgun, and it's about 2.5 feet away, 3 feet away.
Sennheiser.
No,
I
it's a Zoom.
never would have thought about using a shotgun mic inside like that.
Yeah, well, that's because I'm clever. I just
You
thought
get paid
it
the
would
big
be-
bucks, yeah.
That's told you, sassy.
Oh, absolutely.
No, it wasn't that. It was the fact that it comes with somewhere, I don't know, a really nice little stereo capsule, but you can buy lots of. And I just thought, a shotgun, surely that's going to be better than. I mean, I can because I can plug this thing in, but then I just look a complete twat, more of a twat.
Like the rest of us, yeah.
Yeah. So
Don't know what you're talking about.
So at some stage I will try it just to see if that works. But I just thought, yeah, exactly. But that's it. How many do you get like this? All you see is this. So
it's like an inky hide behind the mic kind of thing.
Yeah,
pop shield.
Exactly. Yeah. So I just thought shotgun would be if it works would be a good solution. Yeah. So if it works, I might just use this. In terms of level, am I high or low? Because it's metering's quite high here. Is it okay? It's not distorting.
It's not distorting.
Hang on. Is that better?
Yes.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Brilliant.
Okay.
But you've lost a bit of bass from your voice, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's no bad thing.
So no Marvin Gaye impressions.
How about that? Is that a little bit better?
Yeah.
I mean, because otherwise I can come in here and.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah. No. Please don't do that, Tom.
If you're going to do that, shave, please. At
least
I don't want rash.
When
there are
I'm
children watching, apparently.
Honestly, when I'm in work mode, I am like a fucking hobo. I just
head down, get on with this.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I mean, the great thing is.
That's why you're not allowed in the bed right now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. I'm only allowed in the studio. Yeah, you haven't washed for a week. Fuck off.
Smell like a tramp sock.
Yeah. So no, I've got to. I have to finish this track. So, I'm.
Is this for Monday or?
No, this
over the weekend.
Yes.
Is this the one you were supposed to have finished this afternoon?
Fuck you, Kent! Don't bring it up. Yes, it was the one.
Yeah. That one. What happened?
It just didn't happen.
Fuck's
It just wasn't working. You just have some way. It's just not happening. So I had several hours today of it just not happening. So I'm gonna get that done. And episode 3 of that series has arrived, so I've now got a week and a couple of days to knock out another hour of music on that one. So it's all a bit. Are
you allowed to say what the series is? Or
yeah, it's called Spectacular Earth. It's about experts chasing things to see, but natural phenomenon that you can't really predict, but they are trying to chase them. So there's one about lightning, one about volcano eruptions, one about mega waves, and one about aurora. I think it's about the Northern Lights. Yeah. Cool. So anyway,
Southern Lights as well. Or?
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you. All I know is they shove things in front of me and say, "Right, use it to this." I don't.
Aurora australis.
So
sorry.
So anyway,
if it's in the south.
Yes, you are right, Andy.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
I stand corrected, teacher.
Sir, if you please.
Yes.
Did someone just say fucking pedantic? I'm sure they did.
Fucking Lily. It's my bloody middle name, Ty.
And
it's written in bold. Pedant, moi.
That really is almost as good as me turning around last night and saying goodbye to Rich and then turn around and don't give a fuck about the rest of you. As long as I say goodbye to Rich. Yeah, that was wrong. Sorry, that was so wrong. Anyway, yeah. So I've got that to do. But I'm at the Ivers on Thursday, which is great.
Nice.
But it's also
A waste
it's
of
just
time
a,
when you could be working.
that's exactly it.
So, are you
Yeah.
being awarded?
No. Just the BBC always invite me, so it was beautiful. It's lovely. They just.
Do you have to turn up in a tuxedo and everything?
You're meant to. I haven't done that for about 10 years. I refuse to. Basically, what people don't really know about me is that when anyone, whatever you're meant to do, generally, I refuse to do. And it's always been. So, for example, at my mum's funeral, I wore Converse. Because why wouldn't you? And so I always do what you're not meant to do. So you're meant to. It's meant to be a black tie.
Or show up in a tuxedo T-shirt.
Whoa! There's a level of taste, and that's no. So no. So I look. I just
turn up in your white runs. It'll be fine.
I'd say. Well, again, no. That was last year. And I got chucked out. But no, it's so anyway. So I've got that, which is as I said, it's normally great, but this year it's going to be. I've literally got to go down and then turn around and get back. So
Got it.
Oh,
Incoming.
Are you close? Yeah. How close are you to London? I won't ask where you live exactly, but
it's about I'm in the Cotswolds, so it's.
Okay, yeah, a civilized part of the world.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not that long. Train is about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So, or if I drive in, it's about the same.
Stuff.
I fucking hate cheese. Don't even bring up cheese. Honestly, would make me chuck.
Cheese with chives. Good stuff.
Oh. No, cheese and I don't. No.
Cheese is God in my world.
Oh, love cheese.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck me.
Yeah.
I have. I'm not. I have so many cheese stories. Honestly, it is the work of the devil. How anyone can put anything in their mouth that smells like fucking some tramp's feet. I have no idea.
Last night after the show, I was actually searching for Southern Italian cheeses that were bound in string.
You are all fucking wrong on every level. Okay.
You have cheese stories.
Oh yeah.
Is this involving a bucket with your head in it?
You must be the life and
you're
soul of the fucking
lactose
party, mate. I can tell you, cheese. Whoa.
They're looking at the hors d'oeuvres and going, "Oh, I can tell you a story about that gorgonzola."
I went out with an Italian for 14 years, and you know what they're like with fucking cheeses. I once went to a wedding kind of do or whatever. I can't remember what it was. Before they got married, and there was a whole room with 20 odd people, and they all, when it came to the ordering dessert, because I have a really sweet tooth, I was the only one that ordered a proper dessert. All of those wankers ordered cheese, the cheese plate, and I had to go and eat it by myself in another room because I couldn't bear to be in the same. Honestly, I will chuck.
It was just the smell.
I will physically chuck. Yeah.
Can I share a cheese failure?
Seafood, you can handle cheese, right?
Say again?
You can eat smelly seafood, you can handle cheese, right?
Seafood, no issue whatsoever.
Really? Some of that's pretty rare.
Yeah.
Gives me the shit.
Yeah, no, but it's just,
seafood shouldn't smell. If your seafood smells,
I was going to say, if your seafood smells, I'd say it was kind of not good.
From the cultures, it does have a smell because they ferment it and they dry it.
Oh, that's
they ferment it.
Yeah, fermented.
Fucking
fish.
hell! Whoa, you lot. Oh, okay. I'm gonna. I have got to. No, generally, I have got to go. But I just wanted to check my camera works. That was all. So.
Yes, I mean, the lighting shit and the image is awful, but you know, it does.
Oh, I'm not bothered about that. It's just the fact I just wanted something that was easy. That was all. So. Good.
It works.
I'm gonna have a word with Fred to see if we can get.
I'm gonna go. No, I'm not ready.
But I've got to go now. So
Yeah.
No, I get to go first.
Fuck you.
No, you say that. No, go. I'll go. No, you go.
Love you. No, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. No, I love you. No, you go first. No.
I still want to share my cheese failure story.
You still want to share your what?
Cheese failure story.
Oh God, go on then, quick, and then I'm fucking off. Quick, come on, hurry up.
Come
on!
I woke up one morning and I had this desperate desire to make broccoli and Stilton soup. So I rushed down to Lidl, right? Because it's the nearest supermarket. Yeah,
Lidl.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Lidl. Oh,
It's
don't
Germanic.
split.
Yeah.
Lidl.
Says Mr. Fucking pedantic. Carry on.
Yeah. And they'd got no Stilton. They'd got no Stilton at all.
Should have gone to Aldi.
I should have done. And all they'd got was Roquefort. So I bought 3 blocks of Roquefort.
No, you can't.
And I came back.
No.
Shut up, Sassy. And I came back and I made my broccoli and Stilton soup with Roquefort cheese. And it was absolutely inedible because it was like swallowing a bag of salt. It was just so wrong.
Or salty vomit.
And I think I've spent £6 on all this Roquefort cheese that I've chucked into this soup when I could have just eaten it on crackers and really enjoyed it. And all
Can I have these last fucking 2 minutes of my life back, please?
No.
Cost ya.
That was the story.
Oh,
Yeah, but
Fuck me.
Ty's the one in the
cheese is
red
lovely.
chair.
Ty, you're the one that's weird. Everybody else loves cheese.
Oh my
you have
God!
pizza time?
Look, tell us another exciting story. Maybe tell us about when you last did your accounts. Go on. Or maybe when did you last count your socks? Come on, tell us those exciting stories. Yeah.
Well,
Last time you sorted out your sock drawer. Go on.
I saw some broccoli
That was
once.
yesterday
I
for
don't
me.
need to sort it.
I found a piece of cheese in my socks.
You sort your own fucking sock drawer out, Ty Bleeding Unwin. I bet your socks are rank.
It probably doesn't even wear socks in there. Is it? Yeah,
No, that was wrong. That was just
That was for the
You don't
fishes
like
out there.
cheese and you shove your fucking foot in my face. No, stop that right now.
It smelled like cheese.
You may be a brilliant
That's why he
composer,
doesn't
but
like
fucking
cheese.
hell, put socks on those things right now. That is just wrong. You're
I
inflicting
don't-
an inhumane act upon the whole world.
I only do socks when I have to leave the house.
And he's just showing off that he's got underfloor heating.
Well, he can actually afford to put the heating on. You know.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
None of us can these
Yeah,
days.
but I think people who don't go out much don't wear socks. Anyway.
Do you know?
Look,
Actually,
know-
I rarely wear socks.
Okay.
I've got to admit.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Have I told you?
That counts, annual shoe expenditure is quite small, isn't it?
oh, it's tiny. Do you know what? When we had that first lockdown and we weren't really having people coming round, I stopped wearing socks or shoes. We can't be asked. I'm not bothered. I'm not going back to them now. They feel wrong when I put them on.
Oh, I have to wear socks everywhere.
I just struggle to find socks that fit.
Oh.
Use pillowcases.
Just get a couple of sleeping bags, you know.
Fur. You've got all that fur. You're fine.
Yeah, they'd be snuggies.
Yeah. You're like one big. Yeah. Not a problem for you.
Tennis racket.
Can I fuck off and work, please?
Yes.
Please let me.
Seriously, dude, we weren't
Let
holding
Jim
you
go
back.
first. Yeah, let Jim go first.
Well,
And
I don't know.
Come back and update us.
No, fuck
I
you.
I was just engrossed with the cheese stories. So
Ty, no ravioli or pizza.
Yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah.
Look, don't start the conversation again. Which bit of I've got to go do you not understand? Don't just as I'm leaving, then ask
The world's beloved
questions.
food.
About ravioli.
Yeah, because you got that track to finish that you should have finished this
Oh,
afternoon.
I love
Ty, you're the one with the off switch.
I love Do you know what?
Where the hell's our track?
This really is.
Get
Hang
off
on.
that
This
damn
really,
show and finish our track.
really is. There we go. I'm peaking. That's better.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a cheese
Calm
brand.
down,
Ravioli.
calm down. Michael Caine would
Ravioli.
say.
Oh my God.
It's okay if you're peeking, just don't be edging.
Had too much cheese. He's
Michael.
Little insight into his sex life there.
What about edging? Oh, I could tell you stories about edging.
No,
Anyway,
don't go there right now.
Bye,
Right.
Ty. Bye.
Bye, Ty. Lovely to see you.
I love the fact that it's at this
Piss
point
off.
everyone's going, no, bye.
Yeah. It was only a 2-minute story, anyways.
Have a great. Whoa.
Whoa! Whoa, he went
Okay,
there.
I've gone
Whoa.
too far.
Whoa. Oh, not only was a sand, not only was a line drawn in the sand, he stepped over it and then did a dance and had a shit.
Wow.
Wow.
Didn't Amber Heard.
Holy. Yeah, he's hiding now.
It's every bone is my buddy's. Every bone in my body is here going, no, stand, defend yourself. But no.
Well, I hope you're
Okay,
feeling
I
inspired.
am
Well,
going
remember, you're not competitive, so you know.
I'm going to go and finish the track that should have been finished, and I will. Well, I won't speak to you later, so fuck the lot of you.
Yeah,
and
so
have a
see
great
you.
show.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. Fuck off.
We'll see you in a
Bye.
bit.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
What?
Oh.
All right,
We
it's a
love
true
him,
pub
really.
now.
It's always good when Ty comes on.
So, did anyone see that post that I made on PSN? Probably half an hour ago. So probably not. Samsung are in talks about increasing chip prices by 20%,
Yay!
Well, they would
according
be,
to
wouldn't they?
Bloomberg.
So what does that mean, Sasquatch, for us? What's the bottom line?
Well,
You can't afford anything. I can't.
What do we use chips in?
That
Oh.
in manufacturing terms
No
is probably $10.
It means a massive
Minimum.
hike in inflation.
Oh,
Everyone
it-
knows it.
Yeah, that's
Depending,
10
of the world
depending
as
on
we
which
know
chip.
Yeah, and then they got to raise the price $10 because, right?
Economically, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
If it's really going to put pressure on lots and lots of manufacturers, not just synths, but everything that has electronics in it. If Samsung are doing it, Samsung are the second largest chip manufacturer in the
no, I
world.
hear you. Yeah, that should be able to control. If they can't control the cost, then it's revved.
Yeah.
And this is
It's
why
going
I
to start,
think
start to become economical to use valves again at this rate.
It also
Well, yeah,
means the
but you
second-hand
can't
market
get
goes up.
soft tech valves because guess where they're
Yeah, that's
made.
true.
No, it also means the second-hand market goes up by 25%.
Yeah.
Cars.
But
it's a
you know,
great
or-
time.
well, I mean, even down to little things like Bluetooth headphones and basically
No,
everything
yeah,
with
especially-
chips in.
It does
So the-
suggest, doesn't it? It does suggest, though, that teenage engineering may have had a little bit of a heads up.
Yeah, I mean, I know Andy Synth Addict likes his OP1, but I'm sorry.
$800.
The thing is, if I look at a device, I like to be able to, in my mind, work out how to use it. When I look at one of the OP1s,
Don't get knocked to track.
I just think,
Yeah, I was saying, much more stuff than
hell
OP1.
is it
Yeah,
about?
Electron stuff is much harder to use.
Mm.
So
Yeah, don't get knocked to track.
Yeah.
That will just.
I always thought it
you
looked.
know.
I mean, I always wanted to try an OP1, but then as it creeped up, I was like, "Well, forget that."
the
I
main
might
thing is like
be
everything.
getting,
Everyone has taste, but if you haven't really tried it, no one took the time to show it to you properly. I can understand why you would hate it. I didn't really like it until I explored
No,
it further. Finally got a used one and go, holy shit, this thing's the bee's knees, right?
I don't hate it, but the user interface puts me off immediately.
Well, same with Electron, but I got to use that as well, and I go, this is really powerful once you
Electrons
get the
wicked.
paradigm, you know.
Yeah. Well, except for the Octatrack. That's just a
True, that's
fucking
one I stay away
mystery. Oh,
But
Jesus.
what's a real competitor to the OP1? Is it the Force? Is it like?
Probably
Well, even
an Apple
Sonicware has a
iPad.
ripoff, the Live in LZ1 or something like that. They had a copy of the OP1 for
I
a
mean,
while.
what does it do that's so unique?
It's
It
a portable
clicks.
studio.
Clicks in a very lovely way.
It has multiple synth engines,
Yeah,
sampling.
it seems to do everything.
It has a
Sort of everything.
drum synth. It has modulation up the wazoo. It has tons
It's like
of built-in
ultra
effects.
portable studio.
How do you
isn't it,
separate all
basically?
those? Does it have a bunch of outs on it?
You
Or
got to
is it
watch a
all-
Cuckoo video. He's really good at showing it, and it's amazing.
I mean, it's not something I'm getting, especially.
Cuckoo's
I know, but if
amazing
you want to
at
learn,
anything.
he does a
No,
good
no,
job
I
of
hear
showing
you.
it.
No, I know who he is. Yes, thank you.
But it's the sort of device that if it had a 13-inch screen attached to it, I could understand.
Well, yeah.
But
But
it
it's no longer
doesn't.
portable. The whole point is to be a portable studio.
No, I get it. Yeah, it's fine.
Well,
I mean, look how tiny the
hopefully-
screen is on the Moog stuff. The sub
I
37 and stuff.
I
like
don't
you
own any
dare,
Moog stuff.
Don't you dare say anything bad about that.
Or the Typhon, the tiny damn screen on there.
Well, but
Great.
they're not trying to be one for everything. That's the
Yeah,
difference.
but the Typhon isn't also trying to be a studio, is it?
I mean,
It isn't, but it
box.
has a lot of stuff you got to read,
know
and if you
why?
don't have glasses or good eyesight, good luck with that.
No, I mean the iPad is the obvious competitor, legitimate competitor, but
I might
nobody
be getting an
will use
OP1
Nobody will use it for music for some
Go on,
reason.
Jim.
Being
Go on,
given
Jim.
one or buying one.
given one because I wouldn't
Yeah.
buy one. I don't think. But my brother has one and he doesn't use it at all.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah,
Funny
and
that.
Sell it.
he's in Brazil though. But hopefully next time he comes over, he might lend it, do like perma loan it to me. So yeah, that would be
But
awesome.
$2,000 is getting into, I don't know.
Well, they did add a lot
Well,
more
ridiculous.
features, and it is
That's a nice
brand new,
MacBook
so-
Pro that does everything. You know.
I mean, when the
So-
OP1
But you like
stopped
it in
production for a
diamond.
while, they did hike the price when they relaunched it.
Yeah, but I mean, Jim made a good point there. You know, OP1 or a laptop.
Yeah.
You know,
Or
a
a
good
Kronos.
laptop.
You get a Kronos, can you? Second-hand Kronos.
But there are no knobs on a laptop. There's no
but-
keyboard to play on a laptop.
You ever heard of the inner?
I've seen loads of knobs with laptops.
Well, yeah. Using a laptop.
Behave, Jim,
Hi.
because that sounds like a last night
We
reference.
get it.
You know, laptop and Arturia key step.
But I mean, it was a big jump in price. Let's be honest, right? We
Oh,
went
of course.
from 1,200 to 2,000, and honestly, for something that was an upgrade, that's a hell of a.
But I
Someone's
got my
gonna pay for all
OP1
those
used in
lattes.
perfect shape with every accessory in the book for like $700.
Yeah, I saw
Oh,
them used to.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
You know, but for a while they pop. They still pop up around $900.
Yeah.
Even
And the
how much-
OPZ I got for less. It was like $450,
Yeah.
and it's even better. I love the OPZ more. It does way more stuff.
The OPZ, I saw a guy on I think it was Hardware Jams, and
Yeah, he had
literally just had an OPZ on the beach,
On the beach,
doing
yeah.
like the most
good one.
amazing fucking stuff. I was like, oh my god, you can make that music on that thing that looks like a fucking TV remote. It's like,
So conditional
Whoa.
trigs and all kinds of cool stuff that Electron has, they dumped it in there,
Yeah.
and it's powerful as hell. Plus, that is you put the OpLab in there, and then you can hook it to CV Gate, run your modular system on it. You can run DMX lighting with it. You can run Unity graphics engines with it. It could be the hub of your entire show.
I get it.
You don't need a laptop.
No.
it'd be a
What
bit
about a
more
mixer?
portable than
It's
that
a
fucking
mixer.
case of mine, Andy, wouldn't it?
Does it come with a user manual, or do you have to print your own out?
It's a very easy manual.
Can I just...
They make
Speaking of
stuff
Jim's
colorful and graphical, and so.
And all my music's gonna sound like OP1 music now. I'm just
Jim just mentioned his case, right? His case.
I think it's pretty
the
cool.
coffin, right?
I just don't,
The
I can't
coffin,
afford it.
right? See the coffin, right?
Right.
Sorry, David.
Oh,
No.
don't worry. I saw
No.
that thing live.
Jim carried that coffin into the venue. I was supposed to be helping him, but for some reason he didn't say, "I'm here, please help me." He just said, "Where are you?" Right, which didn't help. Right, so he lugged this thing himself into the venue. Right, now on our way out, I said, "I'll help you down the stairs." Right, so we're looking this thing down the stairs. I'm at one end trying to work out how to hold this fucking handle in a way that I can actually hold it. So we're looking at this thing down the stairs, and then this guy came and offered to help us. So we had three of us, and halfway across the pedestrian crossing to get to Jim's car, I thought, I'm going to peg out here any minute. And I had to stop. So Jim, I carried the tripod, like a very dainty person carrying the tripod, while Jim and this fella who was helping us took it fucking wiped me out, and I only walked 35 yards with it.
First time
And-
since
and
an
had-
Alice Cooper gig, there's been fucking pallbearers.
I've got a gig bag.
I
for
dropped
my-
the coffin, Matt. I dropped it. That was me.
Two flights of
Halfway
stairs
across the
up
bloody
to my
road.
flat. Yeah. There's two
I've got a-
flights of stairs.
Jim,
up to
you
my
are
flat
fucking
when I got
Iron
back.
Man, right?
I've got a gig bag
I'm
for
just
my
stubborn.
Kurzweil K2600, that I think I could get 2 Kent Spongs in. I mean, it's almost 4-wheel drive. It's got wheels. It's got 6-inch wheels.
Is that
on
standard use?
That's a unit of measurement now, is it?
SI.
Yes, yes.
1
That's like-
kp.
Yeah.
If it stands upright, it's just under 6 foot tall, I think.
Yeah.
It's like bananas on the buy-sell swaps, isn't it? People use those as fucking units of measurement.
Or measure things in Volkers, don't they, on Sonic Stage?
Normally
But
underpants.
it'd be
Yeah.
a good way of disposing of bodies, I guess. So,
Am I okay to answer a critic as well?
Go for
yes.
it.
There's one guy who spoke to me last night who really didn't believe that nothing that I had nothing pre-prepared in terms
Right.
of patterns,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and I just want to say I really didn't. The only thing that I'd pre-prepared was the sounds that are actually in there and pre-patched. Everything else was just done there. I mean, as shit as some of them were, because there were plenty of bum notes and that didn't work moments. But
Were there?
yeah, I thought. So I just said to this guy, no.
but
I really didn't.
Anyone in the outside doesn't know what your intention was.
No, they
and
don't,
just hear,
or what you're
you know.
doing. So, but I wanted to put that there. It really was unprepared.
I was disappointed you didn't have a shimmer pedal, though.
Oh, fuck you, Sassy. you come down next time and bring one, right? Okay. No,
I might take you up on that. Be careful what you wish for.
At least
No,
you
I'm
carrying
sorry.
a fucking case for me.
yeah, it was. Yeah. Well, actually, he could just put it on his little finger and balance it
Yeah.
like that. Oh no!
Fingers on.
Oh God! No. I just wanted to put it out into the world that I'm fucked. I need to go to bed. Anyway, Wagyu, this kiss is ace. It's knocked me off. I know that was the wrong phrase. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
Could have been better.
Andy, you didn't warn me about the Elvis juice either. The juice of Elvis. It's like 6.5%.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
6.5%. I barely
I thought-
drink. It's like
I thought if you're not used to it, Jim,
He was a mess.
no.
I had 2 cans of that and I was a mess. Do you not remember? I was talking all sorts of shit about Elvis and his juice.
No,
very
you were on the
funny.
you were drinking bottles of it.
Was that
I
not
was.
the night of
Yeah,
Fish
bottles,
Fingers?
thank you,
Fish
thank
Finger
you, yeah.
Gate.
Yeah.
Fish
It
fingers.
was.
Yeah.
I was, yeah. Thank you, Mark, for bringing that one up again.
Fish finger sarnie.
Pretty
Might
soon
have
to
a
be
shit
wearing
memory,
ill-fitting
but
white
some things still.
jumpsuits and
Oh, nice. What's
no.
that, Kent?
Hydra. But I've got.
He's off on his Vangelis trip again, isn't he?
Oh yeah, do you know what? I
It's,
can't get. See, Fiona said to me, she goes,
No
she goes,
excuses, no
you'll
school
make a
tomorrow. You're right, John,
fortune. She goes, you'll make a fortune as a musician once Vangelis dies. I went, "Yeah, okay. Yeah, probably will. Yeah. Because the thing is, some of the guy, who's it? I can't
Vangelis
remember.
Tribute Act.
Well, here's the thing, right? Somebody said to me, he goes, yeah, he says, but it's all very well playing like Vangelis, but then what do you do? You know, I go, well, I can actually write like Vangelis as well. So I can write new songs and then play to people and go, when did Vangelis do that song?
You
Sort of
could be
thing.
Britain's own Kebu, couldn't you?
But I can also do it with Tamita as well.
Cool.
And
Well, that piece you played last night, the
The bit with the bath.
La Petite Fille.
yeah.
Le Petit Fil de Mer.
Yeah, it was.
Who's the man?
Andy sent me the
Debussy.
link to it. I've obviously heard it before, but
Yeah.
I didn't know that was Vangelis. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful piece of music.
Yeah, the key to that is how, how you play it with that. It's one of those pieces of music where you have to emotionally go through
Yeah.
it rather than just 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Otherwise, it doesn't work. But which is the kind of bits I like, I must admit. But it's
I'm just.
a bastard to record because of that.
Come on, Jim, what you giggling at?
I'm laughing at Geert in the chat. Most of my flight cases smell of Gorgonzola. job,
What do you
Tyson.
smell of, Jim? I couldn't. I simply couldn't breathe, so there's no way of sensing anything.
Mine smell of Sweden. Electron.
Well, of course. Yeah, stupid bloody question.
Yeah, I've had some
Brooks. You've done it
rather
again.
smelly flight cases here before now. Different aromas. I go, what has this guy done inside this flight case?
Well, from Sweden, you'd have the fermented fish smell, right?
Made
Yeah.
a fondue.
Well, the thing is, some of the foams that we used in some of the older flight cases, they start going off and smelling like all sorts of things.
Yeah, some of them do that, I must admit, but some of them have smelt sort of like extremely suspect.
Homegrown. Mine smell of failed dreams. I like that.
I had a flight case for
My entire
a
life smells of that.
I had a Proper 5 Rev 2 case. I think it was one of those Thon cases, and it's for a Proper 5 Rev 2, and I opened it up, and it smelled exactly like the bloke had been spoofing in it for 2 years. It was like, whoa, really? I know. And I closed it, and when Fiona come in,
What's
she goes,
wrong with a sock?
she goes, I recognise that smell. I went, yeah. I said, yeah. I go, wait a minute, why do you recognise that smell? Why, did you know him?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Was his sock drawer?
Oh God, yeah, it must have been. It was like, oh, ee. And the synth smell of it as well. It was really quite unpleasant. So, still not as bad as obviously the over high mate voice. Which, whoa.
My worst thing is I got a K2000 from a guy who completely lied about the condition. He was a heavy smoker, probably sat in a heavy smoked room for who knows how long. And it was only slightly yellow, but as soon as I opened the box, it wafted out, and my entire place stunk of old cigarettes and probably body odor and a bunch of other stuff.
That's the story of my life, I think.
Yeah, it took weeks to go away.
Yeah, I've had that with a Moog Modular 55 and sprayed the foam cleaner on it, and it just ran dark yellow.
Well, when I used
Just
to
coming off, I was like, whoa, and it really stunk of old ashtray.
when I used to fix
But when those people were buying
friends'
those things,
computers.
Yeah.
the first people who were buying those Moog modulars, they were sitting there smoking their heads off. End of story. They didn't think twice about it.
Oh no.
They
yeah.
weren't thinking,
yeah.
well, what will this do to the
house
electronic
systems.
components inside this oscillator? They were
Yeah.
going, oh, let's have the next
Well, if
thing."
any of them had known that it eventually was going to be worth like £100,000, they probably would have
Well, they
treated it a
spent that
little
in the
better.
first place, though, didn't they? So.
No,
I
when
think-
I
I
used to
think-
fix,
On that cheery note, folks, somebody's got to actually be able to make sense tomorrow on Ramsey's show, so I better actually get some shut-eye, or else I'll just be sitting there looking like a tit. So I better, like I normally do. So,
I was saying that would be entertaining. So it's
That's the only reason I watch it.
are you joining us tomorrow, Andy, or not?
I don't know yet. It
Yeah,
wasn't
you've got-
official, but I might. If,
You've got to get up at stupid o'clock. I mean,
I do anyway because I still.
At least
want
I
to
can
see the
get
show,
I
so.
can get something approaching sleep before.
Last time I stayed up all night, I didn't sleep at all. So.
No, I know. You're a fucking idiot. Stop doing that. It's not healthy.
Can't help it. I'm in that.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not good for you.
were you talking late into the night with Eddie?
Oh yeah, he told you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was. Well, he was already sun coming up for him.
Well,
So
Can I just wave and go bye, everyone? I'm going
See
to
you
go to
tomorrow,
bed now. See you all at Ramsey's tomorrow. If
Quick,
you can
somebody
be
do a
arsed.
cheese story.
Yeah, it's
Another cheese story.
Yeah.
Another cheese story is actually, if you're making carbonara, bollocks to the traditional recipes, use parmesan and pecorino together, because if you
Yes.
just use pecorino, it's not got enough kick. If
Yeah.
you use parmesan and pecorino
or
together,
Asiago.
you get
with
enough.
you, though.
Yeah,
with you on
or
that.
even grana padano works as well. Right, on that cheerful recipe note, I'm going to bed. Good night, everyone. Tra!
And if you can't remember the names, use Derrily.
But be careful where you spread it, Kent.
Yeah. Rather than look like an idiot in the shop. Going, could I have some of that? There's a lot of eyes in it. Let me think. How's it pronounced? Derrily? Yeah, that's all right. It's got an eye in it. Sounds like it's got an eye in it. I'll take it.
Mississippi.
When I used to fix friends' computers, back in the day. If I ever got one from another fellow smoker, the easiest thing was just take the motherboard out, put it in the bath, and fill it with hot soapy water and just scrub it, and then literally, leave it for a couple of days to dry out properly.
About 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had a friend of mine ring me up. It was, my old man's computer's just stopped working. So right, went over, picked it up, brought it back here, opened it up, and the heat
Full of dust.
No, the heatsink on the CPU, they're heavy smokers, the pair of them. The heatsink on the CPU was solid with tar.
Oh.
Yeah, that was off and all sorts of shit to get it off. Yeah.
Well, it reminds me,
Wonder
Matt.
why it thermally shuts down, yes.
Reminds me,
Yeah,
I've done your boards, but I can't test them.
Okay. Did you
So-
find anything?
Not anything massively convincing.
Okay.
But then I can't find anything massively convincing wrong with this pitch wheel on this Hydra. And yet,
Well, I mean, the idea is that if when they go back in the virus, it's still doing that, I'll have to bring the whole unit up. And what I might do then, if that's all right, is bring the DX7 up for Robbie and just drop it at yours.
okay,
Or might arrange, if it's all right with you, to catch up with him, meet him up there.
yeah.
Because that way it's out of my way. Get the fucking thing out of my house. The keyboard's fine. It's the bloody flight case, because this is only a really small flat. Having a bloody great flight case takes up a huge amount of room that I don't have.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, good. Thank you.
Well,
Yeah,
as Kent doesn't have that much space either, definitely arrange to meet Robbie at Kent's.
Yeah, it's quite funny actually, because at the moment, because of the fridge and freezer that were delivered yesterday, there are 7 Oberheim products in the front room,
Wow.
arranged around the TV, so you have to watch the telly. What else is there? There's a Cat SRM,
It's
a
a
few other bits.
pornucopia of synths.
Yeah.
The day that I visited, I'd never seen anything like. I mean, the porch knocked me sideways because there was Moogs and fucking Pro Ones and.
Yeah.
My God, it blew my mind. It was like walking into. I can't even remember the name of the place up in West End of London. It was Argents or something. Is it?
Oh, old Argents, yeah.
Would that have been it? Something like that.
God, I can
Back in
tell
the
you some
80s.
stories about that shop.
Go on then. Come on.
No.
He'd
They-
get sued.
I think they're still lawyered up. You know what I mean? Oh dear, yeah.
Are there any places like that still left in London? Where musos would
Not
hang
really.
out.
No, not really. I think ground rent everywhere in London is just, it's off the bloody chart. So no, not really. Not that I know of anymore.
That's like Carnaby Street's just a tourist trap now, isn't it? It's-
Yeah. So yeah, the day of the Giggle music shop is long gone. I think. Maybe further up north and stuff like that. It's a bit more relaxed, but no, up in town, it's shit now.
I've been up there for 15 years. Last time I was in London. Yeah,
Wouldn't recognise it now, probably.
I wouldn't want to.
No.
Well, Liverpool used to be like that. It was, walking around various parts of the city, and it'd just be like, "Oh, yeah, he's in a band I know," and "Oh, he's in a band I know," and
Yeah.
where I was working, OMD's office was, I don't know, 100 yards away. Oh, well, office come studio.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
Yeah, it was
to be there.
like little chase music in just off Euston Road, which is, I think it was really one of the first proper shops where you could actually go in and try a synth. And it was a little converted sweet shop. It was tiny, and everybody's rubbing shoulders with everybody else. And he got quite an eclectic collection of gear in there. And your were rubbing shoulders with pop stars, or up and coming, or just about to appear on Top of the Pops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All these different synth bands that were knocking around. And used to go up there as regularly as I could. This is before agoraphobia. Used to go up there as regularly as I could, and I'd just be in there all day. I mean, he was so pissed off with me. He goes, "Oh, not you again, fuck off." And in the end, I just used to help out because I knew quite a bit about the gear, did all the genning up, and help sell. Oh yes, no, you want to get the Mark II Odyssey. This one's brand new. It's better than the Whiteface. Lie. Stuff like that. And they had they just got a Quadra in, and it was £4,999. But it was polyphonic, and people were like, there was testicles flying in all directions. They were going mad for this fucking thing. Little did they know what was around the corner with it. But I think there was an 8-voice as well, and all sorts of stuff. A mini, second-hand mini for like 850 quid, which was twice the price of a regular second-hand bloody Ford Fiesta. So, yeah, it was good times, but
I
wouldn't
still
happen
laugh. Yeah, I still laugh that when you look at the technology we have today and compare it to the technology that was being used to create all those wonderful, iconic 70s and 80s electronic music tracks that we all love, which were all pretty much one-finger jobs,
Yeah. But the thing was, I mean, nothing's really changed at the same time, because all that lovely gear was as twitchy as shit. So, like, today we've got software where they keep, they have to bring out a revision because there's a bug or whatever it is. It was the same back then. You buy a synth and then there would be a revision for it because something didn't work properly, because they're rushing to get it out the door, because all the companies were fighting each other at the same time. And it was very much a very busy market. So, like, early 79 onwards, it was mental. And yeah, so you get yourself a sort of like a brand new OBX, and there'll be about 4 or 5 revisions. You've got to get it sorted out, but it has to be done by a qualified technician who's got the Oberheim franchise in the UK. So you're constantly taking a bastard back into London again to have the power supply board. Had to have a new, there was a factory upgrade for that, or there was new software that you had to put in it because it was too glitchy or whatever.
Replacing ROMs to you had to upgrade to the latest ROM version. The next version,
to get rid of the problem that it had, that if you push those 2 buttons, it locked up and all this sort of thing. So, so it's much like today's software. It does. But except it cost an awful lot more money, and you used to have to load the thing up and cart it halfway across the bloody countryside to get it done, as opposed to just download a fix to the latest version of whatever, and it just installs.
Unless you had a mate with an EEPROM programmer.
Yeah, but even then, sometimes it was something where they had to solder in several pieces of wire, and do some jumpering and cut some tracks to get around a problem that they didn't realise it had at the time.
Yes, they didn't realise that the earth was somehow touching the positive 15-volt rail.
Yeah, it was very, very much, they were literally learning what they were doing as they went along. It's quite interesting. So, but but there used to be like a really big buzz. You didn't have the shows as such. The trade shows were exclusive, if you like.
Yeah. Oh, it was all word of mouth. It was.
Yeah, and what you do is you lock onto your local music shop, or the best music shop that was cutting edge. And people would be eagerly waiting because the guy who runs the shop says, "Oh, we're going to be getting a Juno 60 in." Oh, wow, okay. But still didn't know anything about it, didn't know what it looked like, what it was going to be. Just knew that there was this new keyboard.
Something new,
Yeah, and the magazines were only coming out sort of like monthly. So if the thing came out before 3 weeks before the mag was going to come out, nobody actually knew what was turning up on that Saturday morning. And it'd be like, everybody's nose pressed up against the glass, and it's like, And then everybody rush into the shop. Yeah, how much is it? How much is it? You know, can we have a go on it? And that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's funny how, you know, the internet, how it's democratized so many things and yet has sucked the absolute joy out of so many things. You know, the way that life and interactions have changed.
I think, it's sucked the joy out of that, but it's given us joy in different areas.
Yes, yeah.
Because now we all have the joy of being able to do, if we so chose, to write a multi-tracked piece, you know, with
and
all the whistles and bells and everything, and then shove it out, and anybody can listen to it whenever they want. Whereas back then, you could have the gear and go, but we haven't got the mixer and we haven't got the 24-track tape deck.
That machine, or no way to play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and it's 20 quid an hour at the Flea Pit studio.
Yeah, who have their one, and the cap stand does this, you know, and so I mean, or you could hire stuff. I mean, we hired a Tascam 244 for 2 days to do a demo tape. Fuck me, because we had this record company that was kind of interested in the stuff that me and Richard were doing at the time, and it was really, really sort of like, oh, you're talking about cheese stories. Jesus, this track is just, you know, it's just four on the floor type thing. And it's like very Depeche Mode stroke-ish kind of thing, right? But there was no singer, so I had to rely very, very heavily on how good the lead was going to be on it. And but they were showing some interest, and so we hired this thing, and it was 280 quid for the 2 days to hire a 244.
Whoa. How
And
much
there's
was it to buy one?
Oh God, it was about 800. So about 800 notes. And this is at a time when I was earning, my weekly wage was £17.50 a week for a 40-hour week,
Yeah.
because I was an apprentice. So, but we've managed to scrape all this money together between us, and I hired this 244, and we were like a dog with two dicks with this thing. It was like, fucking hell, multi-tracks, I mean, fucking yes, right? And what we didn't take into account is, you have 2 days. We go, that's more than enough time. That's more than enough time. We're going to put 3 tracks in. We've got to find out how to use it, find its sweet spots and everything. No. Just get it down. We'll sort that out afterwards, kind of thing. And, and it was, the tracks were all right, I suppose, but didn't sound brilliant. Because the 244 that they'd actually given us was the higher one. And I think they probably didn't so much load it in a car and bring it to us as drag it behind the car.
The head azimuth was somewhat off.
Yeah, to say that it was rough would be an understatement. And it used to do this thing where you press record play and go to and go. And no sequences. Don't make a mistake, for fuck's sake. We've got to go back to the beginning otherwise. And it would go and just stop. Oh, fuck. Rewind it. Okay, try again. And go. Think. Oh, you bastard's done it again. Hang on.
Oh.
Because it was like those servo buttons on it, right?
Yeah.
And they were completely fucking worn out. And the tape head was worn out. And we mate had bought this.
Should have got a
Ampex.
loan, rented it out for 4 days. And
Yeah.
You'd been.
Yeah.
You'd have
We'd
a
bought
machine.
this Ampex Gold cassette to do the demo on. Got to get the highest quality we can get. So
There you go.
bang it in, boom, like that. Not actually the right kind of tape to put into a 244, apparently. So, would have been better off with a shitty C90 from Woolworths.
TDK C90.
Yeah, exactly. And so the noise reduction didn't sound very good on it. So he was like, and we didn't know about you do a master out.
Yeah.
So, because Rich took the whole 244 up to the studio to play it to the guy on his desk, who went, we'll get back to you. Okay, cool. We've got to take this back now, and then run to the shop and drop it off before we got fined for being late. And you think, but then you look at what you can do now, and you go, yeah, it's better.
Oh, it's so much better, but it's not as magical. It's not as magical.
No,
Yeah, I
pushing
know, I
against the
understand.
limitations
It's-
of what you had that's where
The
all
struggle. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
if you
but
were-
it makes it memorable and it makes it magical 30 years on.
yeah.
Yeah.
At the time, it was spitting blood and bastard thing, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah,
But also, people were squeezing the most out of what they had. You know, the whether it a keyboard or tape recorders. I mean, just even
But it is
watching the documentaries on Bohemian Rhapsody, where they're talking about literally wearing the iron off the tape.
yeah. Well, we had this Wem copycat that we bought. It was second hand. Oh God, it was fucking old thing. It was really worn out, but it was in a price range that we could just about get to, and we bought it. And the guy literally grabbed the money off us and ran in the opposite direction. Went, that's not a good sign. We got this thing home and set it up and started to do the echo. And what I wanted the echo for was like, if I played the notes, the echo could be part of the sequence. So as I played, it sounded like a much more complicated sequencer.
Yeah.
Right, so because you'd have it would appear to have more steps, and I got very good at this. Unfortunately, this Wem copycat, every minute, 2 minutes or so, for no apparent reason, would suddenly speed up and slow down. So it'd be going like that every now and again for no apparent reason.
Yeah, it's almost like your hydrosynth.
Yeah. But do you know what? Because of like we were saying about squeeze everything out of it, actually used that as a feature.
Yeah.
And then incorporated it into the song. And I'm actually there waiting for the bastard to do it so I can do the bit that seemed to work really well. Hold down this note, and it gave the impression of having portamento. Because my synths didn't have portamento on it because it was pretty shit.
Who discovered that overdriving a valve amp could actually be useful?
Yeah, absolutely. So we had reverb. We've got to get reverb. And reverbs were very, very expensive. There's no two ways about it. But we're in this second-hand shop and we saw this box and I spied the word reverb on it. I said, reverb. And she goes, okay, right, how much is it? He goes, 15 quid. I go, shh, say nothing. Go up to the guy. Yeah, I'll buy this, mate. And I go, okay, like that. It's got 15 quid on it. Right, give him the 15 quid. Run out of the shop, get it home. And it was a spring reverb. It was in a wooden box. It was
It's just the tank and not the driver.
It was that long. No. It was in there, but it was that long, and it had these two tiny little springs on it. And you wound it up, and it just went. Like this. Okay, brilliant. Right, that played a note, and it went ing, and it had about a second of springy shit reverb on the end of it. And we were like, yes! We've got reverb, fucking hell. For 15 quid. And we played stuff through it. And it took about maybe 3 hours before we look at each other and going,
It's a bit shit,
there's this shit in it. They go, we could have bought a fucking pizza instead. Just sort of like taken by the whole experience and just ran with it, Yeah. So, but yeah, and then it pains me when I think about, like, for instance, what's in this room right now, and I don't, I don't feel the need to play anything or compose anything, and it's so.
It is. It really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's mental. I
don't. You spend all this time to get to this point. You get to this point, and you go, no, tomorrow.
Yeah.
No. What happens is we all sit here on a Friday night talking and not doing fuck all in the studio.
Prevarication is great for motivating you at some later date.
Yeah, I just wish I know where it was.
Ideas.
Like I said, I'm 16 December. For fuck's sake, better get a hurry.
Yeah, we often sort of engage in displacement activities like sorting out the studio or gassing about new gear or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, instead of actually writing
And
the music that-
recabling all the synths and the mixers. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit for that, yeah.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't for the fact that I do so much just playing just off the cuff, I probably wouldn't have done any at all, you know. Because when it comes to, because I've got a Cubase, it's all set up, it's all ready to go. Okay, we're all ready to go. I'll load the instruments, I'll just play them. La, 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 that's really nice. Oh, time for bed. Off we go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
The same thing happens in 3D forums. I used to be with a bunch of people in these chat rooms for 3D technology rendering stuff, and we talk about stuff for hours, never making any damn animations.
Yeah.
So, just talk about the tech. So.
Yeah, and you'd think in that, because with that, you know, for instance, like you do the models, you make up the scene, you do the layout, you get everything going, and you push render. Now you've got bags of time to talk about it while it renders, you know.
Well, that's a sensible way to. No one.
Yeah, exactly. You know, because you look at the first one, you know, and it goes, ooh, 55 minutes a frame, and there's only 3 things in the scene at the moment. By the time it gets to about 40 things in the scene, that's going to be like what, 2 hours 35. We got bags of time to talk, but no, do all the talking and not actually do any rendering. Yep, I know that one as well. Wow, it makes you think, doesn't it? This is what's so cool about watching things like you know, with Jim and Andy.
Oh yeah,
out there, and they're and they're getting shit coming out of the boxes. You go, yeah, that's what they're supposed to be doing, you know, bitch. You know what I mean?
Sorry.
They're actually making noises.
Yeah, not just providing heat for a room.
Yeah. You know, because and that's the difference. You see, what Jim and Andy have been doing, like the same with Grace as well. They're going, this is what it does. You know, listen to this, bang, 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 bang. Whereas what I would do, would stand up on stage and go, well, I paid £400 for this, and I clean it every Thursday. It's really nice. You should get one, and that's about it. You know, it's like, no, play the fucking thing. What's the matter with you?
Well, sometimes we move it around, and then we find it actually looks more appropriate.
Yeah, if it's winter, the sun rises on a different part of the sky, so I tend to put it on the other side because it looks a lot better because of the shadow. It's like, what the fuck? Play the fucking thing.
Well, did anyone see those pictures? I think they were on Facebook. Was it Martin Ware's studio with the walls lined with modular gear up to the ceiling?
Oh, the wallpaper. Yeah, nice wallpaper. Lovely.
And so was it someone calculated that he would need 10-metre patch leads? There's literally a room just filled floor to ceiling with modular.
Yeah.
Oh, Martin Gore's like that as well, isn't he?
Was it Martin Gore or Martin Ware? I don't
Martin
know.
Gore
One of them,
completely. He had all the walls in his studio adapted for Eurorack.
Yeah.
And it's floor to ceiling, and he's fucking.
Tell you what, someone should do some like modular wallpaper. Be awesome.
Yeah.
This is my studio.
How cool would that be? You know, for your studio,
Viper,
just like
Viper
wallpaper,
graphics.
which, like,
You get on the Viper graphics because they make a
Awesome.
ton of it out of us.
Yeah, bloody hell, yeah.
But not wallpaper.
But I mean, right? Since I was
Sticky.
But since I was a teenager,
yes,
I'd always
darling,
wanted.
it's just wallpaper.
Yeah.
You know, and then replace it over time with like real stuff.
Since I was a teenager, I always wanted a Moog modular. Always, I just a dream about owning one. And then got into this game, and then when I was working on my first ever Moog modular, I was really excited about it. Go, a Moog modular coming in, and it was a stock 79 55. And I'm doing the bits on it. I'm really looking forward to testing it extensively after it was finished, and armed with a shoulder of bloody patch cables because it's got 1/4 inches. It's like oh fucking hell, and start patching up. And there's patching that you have to do. Like there's a certain degree that you have to do. There's only limited normalization on the bottom modules, and routing all the audios and the CVs and the gates and stuff, and like that. And what I got was a slightly louder mini moog, and it'd taken 35 minutes to set it up. And I'm going, oh, what else can it do? And yeah, it could do some interesting stuff that, say, a mini moog couldn't do. But if you considered the price and the weight and everything, it was like, no, you're better off with a mini moog, really, than having all that gear. So this is why Eurorack looks, I must admit, very attractive, because you can have a little box this big, and it does so much stuff that you can do with just a few modules.
Oh, it is,
and keenly priced as well. I'm going, no, Ken, bad Ken, no, must not.
What's amazing is how quick you can fill up like a couple rows, 104 HP. Like I was just thinking about it, I was like, God, I did this so easy. It just, boom, it was all filled, and then there was another one filled, and it is really cool, but even I'm getting a little bit exhausted.
Yeah.
I keep trying to tell myself, just make an instrument, make something, do something with this that really is interesting for you.
Yeah.
Forget about what everybody else is doing. And I think I kind of did it, but it's funny, like you were saying, I don't know, lately I've just walked down to my studio, I sit down and look at everything, just like this.
Yeah.
I go, nope, I can't turn it on.
Yeah.
Well, it's option paralysis.
Yeah, it could be it, Sasquatch, and I guess that's what's happening. I have it all set up, but I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I don't really want to do it. I'm doing it because I feel like I should be doing it, because I'm a musician.
It's funny, you guys are talking about long cable runs. There's a famous video many years ago on YouTube with a guy who basically his whole living room was modules wall to wall, and he had wires going across the room. He had the limbo underneath, and he would set up patches for days and get these really weird evolving sounds. He didn't want to touch it, and he would put a camera on it and the audio stream, and he got some really cool sounds out of it. But you can't live in the room. It's just cables all zigzaggy everywhere like a spider web.
It is fun to take your modular,
make a hammock,
patch it. It is fun to patch it and let it just run. I do find that is really cool. I leave it on for hours, and
this guy let it run for weeks or something like that. It was nuts.
Well, if I was single, I'd probably sit. I'd probably, you know what I mean. Like it is fun though, and you just kind of walk down every hour or two, and maybe that's what I'll do this weekend. And then you kind of just tweak something a little bit, and then you just leave again.
Well, I think doing what Andy did with his gear, just take it out and do something. I mean, Jim, yours set was really impressive. Don't get me wrong, but it's different to the kit you're using is inherently different to the stuff that Andy was using, and just having the balls to go out there. Well, both of you actually, having the balls to.
What Andy was doing was like his sequences were done on the fly at the time, I mean, mine is not kind of like, it's not, I don't use, there's no kind of like song mode type thing that I'm doing. It's all like a single pattern that I'm using for each track pretty much. But yeah, I'm not creating those patterns sort of, the
on the fly.
Are, it's like one pattern per song pretty much. Maybe sort of two, but that's kind of it. And then just bringing stuff in and out live and fills and stuff like that. Whereas Andy's was like all the patterns he created.
Yeah, he set them up. It's.
But I like the transitions, it was very different. And I liked your transitions. I liked how you did one thing and pop. And it seemed like I heard some of the things that I heard before recently. There was a couple that sounded similar, but maybe it was just mine.
It had bloody good bass.
Yeah,
it sounded really, really tight.
Yeah, the phone's testament to that.
I missed all this, didn't I? Because the fucking girlfriend rang up.
It's all up on YouTube anyway.
Good.
It's still,
I will be-
oh, yeah, you can still catch it.
Yeah,
And
go
do,
to
by all means, check it out.
James Glue and is it Andy Brooks or Andy Vonage, or I think it's just Andrew Brooks.
Yeah.
No, I'm subscribed to both of them, so I'll just pick it
I
up.
think it's Vernal or something. Isn't it?
But Andy does
Vocal,
actually have the link on his
Yes.
Facebook page anyway.
Oh, good.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yes,
that's
Andrew
how I
Brooks
found
is
it.
trying-
Because
Yeah, if you do James Glue,
yeah,
But having the cojones to actually get up on a
Oh,
stage.
it's awesome. Oh, it's awesome. Oh,
It's-
Oh no,
It's-
no.
and this is
I
what I
just couldn't.
this is
It
what I
is
don't
awesome.
understand about me is I crave to be able
best
to do
feeling
that.
in the world. Best
Yeah,
feeling
I
in the world.
crave to be able
Oh.
to go on stage and play. I'd love to do that. I used
So
to
what-
before I had it. I was doing it all the time, and I was shit, and I was loving it. Just to get up on stage and just sit there with my little chord organ and play stuff.
There's an energy to it that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and just the risk of things going wrong. It's like that's where the magic is. You know, you're just sort of on that knife edge of like, you know, because I mean it's boring to just get up and just play a sequence or, you know, just play
Hit a
a
key
WAV
on a
file like a
laptop,
DJ.
yeah.
You know, it's just like oh,
The people get
God.
it.
kill me
People
now.
have a
You know,
real.
where's the fun
Yeah.
in that? You know, it's
Yeah, this is how desperate I used to be. I'm about 12 years old, standing up on the stage in front of the school at assembly. So there's about 400 kids with a stylophone playing Greensleeves.
awesome.
Yeah.
All I
Have you
needed
ever-
was the hair.
I've only ever performed
lame
live
suit.
once, and that was vocals. I did an opera when I was 7.
Oh, kudos!
Lewisham Concert Hall.
Wow.
Yeah,
Peaked.
but the one and only time I've ever been on a stage.
It is special. It's
Oh,
special.
you see, I don't get that buzz when I was doing my grades in woodwind, and you have to perform in front of the assessors and the associated audience of all the other kids. I was literally puking my guts up. Just you know,
Yeah.
I do not like the limelight like that.
No.
But some people get
Oh,
off
I'm
on
a
that.
big
Yeah,
show
but
off.
you don't
Big
have to
show
like
off.
the limelight. You don't have to like the limelight, dude. Honestly, watch it. Everybody gets nervous. I used to get nervous. I still get adrenaline rushes. I used to play shows. Even when I played drums, I'd get these adrenaline rushes, and it was terrifying because I was trying to stay relaxed and play the rhythms. But
Yeah.
to me, the thing I've always told people that listen to me for whatever reason, the stage is a very special place, and you should have something you want to express or say if you're going to go up there.
Yeah.
And it
I
doesn't
mean,
matter.
I've done
You know what I mean?
presentations to 300 people, and that I can do, but performing
Yeah.
musically, just
It's different.
no, I just can't do
But
it.
that's a different expression, right? Maybe.
Yeah, it's because I'm a gobby,
Yeah.
opinionated twat. So
But
yeah,
it's but at the same time, it is exactly the same thing.
It's music's opinions, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
What's good?
Because when I used to shit enough bricks I could build my own house just before going on. Go on, and it's like whoa, shit, and you get about halfway through the first track, and then you get a reaction from the audience, and once you've got that, and it's like bring it on, bitches, and really go for it, and then it's just buzz for the rest of the day.
Well, you can
Yeah.
see Andy and Jim are buzzing. That's what. You get this weird adrenaline.
Mm.
Now, you can I have done a few impromptu live streams from the studio, and you do get a little bit of that adrenaline, but it's different. It's different for sure. And if it's live, you definitely get a little bit. But what's good about it, you're not distracted. But it's worth doing. People are pretty kind about the live stuff. I don't think
I think
they're
I
judging
can,
you nearly
Yeah.
we would in the past. when we were
I
kids.
can understand doing what Andy and Jim did more than I can understand people who do jams from their own studio and live stream it, because the appreciation that you get, the immediacy of the feedback from a live audience is palpable. Whereas if you're just doing a streaming a track that you're doing live on YouTube, for example, you can't concentrate on the comments at the same time to see what sort of feedback you're getting at the time you're performing. So,
it's a good mental exercise, though.
Oh yes. You're exercising your ability, aren't you? So.
Yeah, you can.
I don't think it matters quite so much if you're streaming live on YouTube and you're playing. Don't worry about comments.
Yeah, I can't focus on them when I'm playing.
No, it could.
When I've done it, and I haven't done it a lot.
The thing is,
I'd have too much to do.
Yeah, but
if read a thing.
Do you know, if there was 22 people, say, in the chat and they're all booing you, you can't hear it. It's not going to affect your performance. And you can carry on quite happily. And then don't look at the comments when you finish.
Or delete them.
Yeah. Delete. Yeah.
That's why I've never done anything, because I don't think I could handle any form of criticism. That's why I've kept anything I've ever done in there.
Yeah, but the thing is, once you've been criticised, right, it's over.
Well, yeah, I know, but
you know what? It doesn't hurt, because, I mean,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. If somebody says, "Oh, mate, I thought you were shit," and go, "Okay, it was nice to finally meet an arsehole," and walk away, and leave it at that.
No,
everybody's
it doesn't hurt.
It's a difficult thing for me.
It's a difficult thing for everybody. But literally, by the time you had it the first time, it's like, yeah, whatever, mate.
I have to say, though, when I've played live, I have a hard time even looking at people. I really am so into what I'm doing that. But now I've always played in bands. Even when I did electronic stuff live, there was 2 of us, and that is a lot easier than being by yourself.
Yeah, this is the first solo stuff.
Yes,
this is the first solo stuff I've ever done in my life. So
that's different. For sure.
I was always in bands when I was younger. I was in sort of metal bands, then sort of funk bands and rock bands and all sorts, and then like electronic outfits. So I was like in this group that Andy often talks about called Outsect. And we were playing sort of big venues, big, as far as I was concerned, like 1,500 capacity and stuff.
Yeah, it's big.
And it was, but there was always, I was never alone. I was always part of a team, and going out on my own sort of now is like completely fucking different. And I'm like, it's just me. But something basically happened last year. A very good friend of mine who was it was like the John Peel of our generation. He passed away, unfortunately, a guy called Matt Evans.
Yeah.
And, he was kind of like, he owned the house that our Outsect band we all lived together and created this whole scene in Sheffield that, then Andy was sort of part of as well. And since he passed, I'm absolutely just like, fuck it. I don't give a shit what anyone thinks. Life's too short. Whatever. I'm just going for this, and I'm going to take every opportunity that I can find, and I'm just going to say yes to everything and play whenever I can.
Great perspective.
Just make the music I want without any fear or fear-based thinking, and that's it. Because
there is also the case you've got to have a modicum of talent, which I don't.
Talent is subjective. Talent is subjective.
Very, very subjective. Yes.
Vocally, I'm good. Vocally, I'm very good.
Awesome.
The rest of
I'm not.
Loopers.
So you need a vocoder.
That's the hard bit. That's the hard bit.
No.
But what's interesting is like my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother sort of tinkers with making music and stuff, and he would say himself he's got no talent and really no sense of rhythm, or he's just like, but he's fucking hilarious, and he manages to write stuff that I wouldn't even be able to comprehend about creating, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's so sort of out there and abstract, and he listens to loads of really cool abstract music anyway, and I'm just like, oh my god. Yeah. But I couldn't even fit my way of thinking about music into his world at all. You know, it's like so. But it's really interesting, and I find it fascinating that people are able to create stuff that it's just not what I do, and it doesn't mean that it's any less valid than what I do. Not at all. You know, it's just, in fact, the opposite. It's more pushing boundaries as far as I'm concerned.
But the differences in music is what, you know, is exciting about music. If we were all listening to the same genre or same stuff, we'd all be pretty damn boring.
Yes, cactus.
Well, that's the whole.
Yes.
But that again,
boots and cats and boots and cats.
If you can find your voice within whatever you're doing, and we all kind of chase that our whole careers, but if you can find that or something close to it, you're really there.
Yeah. The important thing is to try and get whatever's inside you, whatever those feelings are, out. And that's.
I think if you capture that in the music you're writing, then you've nailed it.
If you can do that, then just keep doing it, you know, because that just makes you able to just function better as a person, because you know that shit will eat you up if you don't get it out.
And it does make, who doesn't feel great after a good, like if you put out a release or you play a show, you feel so good. You know, I know you're like right on it right now. You're still feeling it. Like you just got another dose today.
Yeah, I know.
It's fabulous though. It really is, you know.
Things I just love, you know, I've just loved making music and have done ever since I was, 15. It's just like bang, that's it, life changed. And you know, it's in all sorts of different genres and stuff.
We see there's opportunities here, because I mean, like for instance with you, Matt, right, you say about you're worried about criticism, right? I would like to think that the people in the chat here now and us here, it's kind of a safe space. Everybody gets it. Everybody knows where everybody's coming from. So if you were to do something and do it on here or do it on YouTube and we all go and watch it, at least that's it's a start.
Do you know that very suggestion? I've started sweating. Just the suggestion of it. Seriously.
Yeah, no. Well, that's cool. Yeah, sweat, shake. Don't worry about it. But if you can get past it and you get it out there, and then people go, "Hey, dude, that was fucking
do it
sweet."
Under a pseudonym, whatever. You
whatever.
Don't have to, we could have
wear a badger mask. I'll send you the badger mask, mate. You just wear that. You know what I mean? Whatever. But try it. Try it out. Because I'll tell you what, it's better than being an old man on your deathbed going, "Oh, do you know what? Looking back now, I could have done that. It wouldn't have hurt that fucking much.
Yeah.
I should have done that." So don't be that guy. You know?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I legitimately wore this on stage before.
Jim should show you the photos of what he used to wear.
Oh, I bet. It gets really hot though. Actually, I like after halfway through the show, it's just like I'm like, oh my burner no. But
why did I do this?
I agree. I really do agree that it is a pretty safe. I would say this is definitely a safe space. It's really important. It's important to take those little leaps sometimes. I didn't start playing live till I was, close to 30, and I got up on that stage and I played with my brother. I remember getting off the stage and I said, "My God, what have I been doing? How the hell did I let all that time go by?"
Yeah.
And I've been playing ever since, off and on. Kids fucks it up. But it was, it's a.
Well, I mean, like we were talking about earlier, we got all this gear and we don't do anything. It'd be good if we just all motivated each other, to do it,
Yep.
Yeah.
And we got the safe space to do it in, and
you could do it.
Well, maybe the anonymous route would be the way for me. I think if I was going to do it, it'd be the only way I could do it. I think.
Mate, that could be your hook, that could be the thing about it.
Yeah.
But whatever it takes, it's fine to do.
Yeah. There's definitely some tools like loopers and stuff that, God, they make it. You can get some really interesting stuff going pretty. Like those RC505s. They're really amazing tools.
Well, that's why I think this sample track is going to be interesting.
Oh, I know. I'm excited. I'm excited for that.
See what impact that actually has, because if it is as versatile as it appears, I can imagine a lot of people are going to go, oh, this is a great way to, especially in the modular scene. If you only have a few modules, and you can just create loops of whatever you're producing from the modules.
Yeah.
And then layer them,
It would be really, it's a nice tool for sure. I just, loopers and all that stuff, and then it just an easy way to sync it, it's just, that's the key.
Yeah.
You see, because even if it's, with the hardware jams, there's this, you play live and everything like that. So, Matt, you could even do something where you pre-record something, and do that. But at least you're doing something and you're putting it out.
Yeah.
Well, start small. Make a video, set it as private, but then share the link with a couple of friends.
Do like Premiere thing, like me to do.
Yeah.
It's sort of what we did when we started, right? You'd like put it on the cassette, and you're like, dude, I need you to listen to this.
Yeah.
Be sort of like, be honest, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, I believe it or not, because I was very much into recording when I was younger, and I built a small FM transmitter that broadcast on 88.3, I think I set it at. And I used to record my friends.
So, Radio 1.
And then play it. It was playing over Radio 2, I think it was. Used to record my friends, and then I would broadcast it so they could hear what they would sound like on the radio.
Oh, man, that is so awesome.
So I spent a lot of my time, certainly youth, in the music side, doing recording. And then met quite a few people in the recording industry, so
friends, I
got some experience with some real gear.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, but this is it. It got all this gear now. It's all easy to obtain. You got your fingers, and that's pretty much all you need now when you're done.
Yeah. Okay, well, I've got some ideas.
Well, there you go.
Well, see what we can do. See what we can do.
But yeah, I was going to say.
Oh.
All right, Jim's breaking up.
Must be very cold in his room. He's frozen. No.
Oh, he's definitely.
He's thinking.
Thinking hard by the sound of it.
Yeah. Oh, he's thought so hard he's ceased to exist.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I don't know.
All right, he's back. No, he's not.
No, that's the same thinking, Jim. No, that's thinking, Jim.
That's just sending bursts.
Well, what we should do is ask David, because he's Jim's replacement.
Yeah.
You can work
and
it.
He's got his mic muted.
Yeah, if you can work out what he's thinking from that.
Yeah, he doesn't realise he's got his mic muted.
He always seems to freeze in the same position, doesn't he? The same expression.
Jim, yeah.
Well, it's probably just... Yeah, can you imagine that if you freeze and you're in some really middle of something passionate you're talking about, and you've got this really ridiculous look on your face, like sort of thing, just stuck there, and you can't get... How'd you delete? How'd you get that off? Yeah. Can't win, mate.
Nope.
Is it just me, or has native VS Robert not been around?
Yeah, yes.
For a little bit.
No,
Has he got a lawn or something?
I don't know. I've sent him a message on Facebook, but I haven't heard anything. It's just he's normally around at for these sort of shows.
I was thinking the same thing last time.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed he wasn't on last night at all during another long epic
Well,
show.
I was hoping he'd come on and play a few notes for Ty. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. No, he's definitely having internet problems.
Jeez. Come on, Jimmy.
Well, he is in Derby, you know.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm in the back of Brixham and I'm doing all right. So
Oh yeah, maybe he's at Super Booth. Yeah, possibly.
Have they announced all the gear at this point? Have we heard pretty much everything?
Don't know, they've got one more day to go.
Do they? Yeah.
I think
Anything?
there might be some for the grand finale.
I don't
have
even
there,
know. Yeah, go ahead.
have there been any announcements anymore about Synthfest?
I haven't heard anything at all.
I haven't, because I signed up for.
Yeah, I signed up.
on the
I haven't
website.
heard anything either.
Yeah, no, not a word.
I want to wait until I've actually got the tickets before I decide whether I'm going to stay over. Maybe get an Airbnb or something. And
Oh, I'm driving up and back the same day.
oh God.
Well, splitting it. My boy's coming with me, so
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not too bad then.
yeah, we split the driving.
It's a bit of a slog.
I don't know.
It's not the distance. I mean, it's a couple of 100 miles, but it's the sodding motorway roadworks and the variable speed limits, and the other ignorant bastards who are driving.
Yeah, there is that. Yes. No,
I don't think Fiona's going.
It's it's one of my other pleasures is driving. It's
I love it. I mean, I went down to see Mac in
Jeez.
where's he? Clevedon, and it's a 390-mile round trip. I think I did that quite happily there and back.
Yeah.
No sweat.
No, I mean, what was it? Was it 2 days I did from here to Maidstone and back again. It was when I come to see Ken. But yeah, I love it. It's many of my pleasures have been taken away from me in life, and that's one of the last ones I've got. Hence Viagra fiend.
But you have got a girlfriend, so
I have, yes.
There you go.
And we wondered why you missed Jim and Andy's premieres.
She was talking my fucking ear rolls off. That's what.
Oh yeah, talking, is that what it's called?
Yeah. Yes.
Support Melissa.
You are back, Jim.
You are back.
We're back and we're all ready.
You paid the bill.
We waited and waited and waited.
In the meter.
Yeah. I've been pedaling on the bike to sort of generate enough electricity. But yeah, so I don't know if you can see. Let's try and hold it steady. Go that way, up a bit.
Oh gosh.
Bloody hell.
So,
The insect
three
heads.
of us wearing
Yeah.
insect heads.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
man,
that was at the
so
Archers
much
where
fun.
Andy Brooks used to play quite a bit.
Oh man, that's so cool.
And this one was Sheffield Octagon supporting Cole Cox.
I didn't realise there were hats. I thought there was sort of full
Oh
head,
man, they are so cool.
full headgear.
You still have yours?
There were none of us do actually. They all.
Oh.
I left mine in a place I moved out of, and I think the same thing happened with the two other guys. But yeah, it's kind
I
of.
feel
bizarre
sorry for the
none of us
people who
have them
moved
anymore.
in. They go, who the hell used to live here?
Do an eBay search.
What the fuck?
Insect head
Yeah.
memorabilia.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What kind of an
it's just-
insect lives in a house like this?
We've got this like local artist Trudy to make these. They're basically built on like builders' helmets with sort of foam and latex and just and they had like flashing LEDs in the antenna as well. And yeah, it's just bonkers.
check the
Crazy
local
idea.
news. There's probably a story of a woman saying about how she moved into a new house and she's found the world's largest cockroach.
Or at least the head of.
Yeah.
So.
Cockroach tried to have sex with me in my bed.
Daily Star.
Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry to jump in real quick. I had a jam. I was getting ready for a while. I have to go to my friend's funeral, so I'll catch you guys later.
Oh, shit.
Hi, buddy. Take
Right,
care
bring
now.
everybody
Take
down.
care,
We gotta go. See ya.
Yeah. That's cool.
Bye.
Look after yourself, man.
See you, buddy.
Excuse me.
Mm.
All right, I think
Well,
I'm
at least Friday the 13th is over.
Yes. We survived.
Yay, we made
Yeah. I didn't break any keyboards. Yay.
I went for a blood test this morning, and I was joking with the nurse and said, it's Friday the 13th, and she said, "Oh yeah, you're not superstitious, are you?" And I said, "No, but if you put the needle there, you're not going to hit the vein." And she said, looked at me and sort of, you could see she had the, "I know what I'm doing." And I said, I think you're in the wrong place. I happen to know where my veins are.
Yeah, put your cock away then.
And she stuck the needle in and said, I think I've missed it. And I said, here, I tightened the cuff myself and pumped my veins up and said, look, as I said, it's an inch over. So I've got 2 really quite big bruises on my arm at the moment. But that's the only thing that's gone wrong so far.
God, imagine if I went for a blood test. Jesus. Well, I wouldn't. They'd have to come here. So basically, they'd look at me and go, "Yeah, you got blood," and walk out again. I think
Sorry,
it's
Wagner,
red.
thank
You're
you.
all right.
Contrary to popular belief, I'm not a hairy person.
We don't believe you.
Yeah.
I just happen to be tallish,
Hairy
and
to
I
us.
have
Yeah.
big feet.
Sasquatch has to go for his blood test and go, "Vet, please, where's the vet? Now, could you lay down here, please?
You're gonna have
Rub
to
your
shave
belly."
your fur, shave
Well,
your fur.
Judging by some of the treatments
the
I've received from the
tranquilizer
NHS in the past, I think I'd rather be treated by a vet than many doctors.
Oh, I can't complain. I've had some amazing treatment by the NHS.
Mm.
I don't want
You're
to.
lucky.
They ain't done me too bad, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, they did a good job on my sister. She got hit by a car so fucking hard. She got banged about 50 yards up the road. The bloke hit her so
God.
hard.
Jeez.
Yeah, and they put her leg back together. You never seen it, mate? It's Meccano.
Yeah.
Never seen anything like it, and all her hip and stuff like that, and broken arm and all that sort of stuff. She was really banged up, and yeah, they did a sterling job on her.
Was the perpetrator prosecuted, or was it hit
Well,
and run?
apparently, it was kind of my sister's fault in a way. What she done was she was probably what 12, 13 when right, and she was on her bike, and she was turning into this road, but instead of going into the centre of the road, she was along the curb and did it from there.
Yeah.
But what it was the car that was behind her had seen her and slowed down for her to do it. But there was a car behind doing a enormous speed, and it just went round her. And then as she's coming round, smacked her one and put her up the, halfway up the bloody road. So technically, it wasn't his fault, but it was technically his fault because of he was speeding and.
Driving with undue,
Yeah, and dangerous driving. I think that they'd done him for in the end, but yeah, he was beside himself, poor bastard. But yes, so she was in hospital for 8 months.
Bloody hell!
Well, they put her back together.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. She was all cables with bolts going into her and stuff, holding her up in certain positions and stuff. As they knitted her all back together.
Yeah.
So, thing is, my sister's a real bitch, though, so they weren't able to fix that. They weren't able to fix that bit. So, oh well.
Yeah, we've all got those.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I suppose you can feel happy that she's probably suffering from really bad arthritis and winters. You know.
Yeah, but then I do. So,
Oh,
and I didn't even have the.
maybe that's
audacity to
karma.
run.
You never
Yeah,
know.
you never know. You never know. No, I get it in the elbows. My God, I thought I knew pain. Jesus Christ, bad.
Try it. You want to have a metal hip because when it gets really cold, that gets cold, even though it's inside.
Yeah.
My God,
Yeah.
in the winter.
You've had your hip done.
I had my hip done 14 years ago. I was 38 when they did my hip.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And it was 6 months after that I had the stroke, and they think it was the hip operation that did that.
Yeah, clots. and stuff.
So
Yeah.
and that was fun. That was fun. They discovered that I had a deformity I'd had since I was about 5 in my hip.
Yeah.
Is it a dysplasia or something? It's
Perthes. Basically, you know, at the top of the femur, you've got the neck and the ball, which is the.
yeah.
Well, that had collapsed and become a hook and was chopping away at the inside of my pelvis.
Yeah.
So they capped it and sleeved the inside of the pelvis, the acetabulum.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is that my left leg is now about 3 or 4 centimeters shorter than my right.
Oh God.
It's proper ball line.
Do you have orthopedic shoes made, or you just use?
Can't get them. Yeah,
Nice.
no, the Torbay Hospital is a law unto itself. You can't get them down here, or they say you can't get them. So a lot of the time I'm walking with a stick.
Yeah, you want to hear something? One of my friend's mum has just had her hip replaced, and they gave her a local.
They
They
gave
did
me
it
the
under
Yeah.
local.
And
They
she,
gave-
yeah, and
they
she
gave me
said,
the option.
yeah, and she went for it. She goes, "Oh, that's good because I don't want to get completely knocked out." And she said she's laying there, and then suddenly she just
Here's
looks out of
the
the corner of
saw.
her eye, and there's her foot,
Yeah, but
6 inches from her head, going, "But that's my foot."
I was talking to my surgeon before he did it. He said you can have either local or not full knockout. He said, and I said, "Well, what do you think?" He said, "Only thing I can suggest, look it up on YouTube." And when I saw that you have 2 people holding your pelvis down and there's one person levering your leg out,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like, "Fuck that, knock me out."
yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah, but apparently you can have it done. I've seen operations where people have used the power of the mind and they've had no pain relief at all. Nothing.
That's brave.
It's psychotic, I think, is the phrase. Yeah.
No. I've had a few procedures done where I've refused the anaesthesia, and I've had a tooth removed without anaesthetic. I've put stitches in myself before.
Yeah.
So it you know the
You want to change your name to Rambo, don't you?
pain is manageable. You just have to be in the right state of mind.
Yeah.
Well, I had a tooth removed without anaesthetic 3 weeks ago. I was just about to take my vape, and Nelly jumped up.
Oh
in my
yeah, you
hand.
said yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
smack.
crap.
Like, thanks, Neil.
Ow.
Yeah,
You need a rubber tip for it.
yeah. It didn't half crack me when I was like, Jesus Christ. Oh.
Well, I bet that was.
Yeah. The thing is, I find myself, and I'm going, I'll have this chewed in a minute. No, it's all right. No, it's still there. Bloody, don't get old. Right. That's my tip for the day.
Yeah,
Just don't
unfortunately,
get old.
that's a difficult one, isn't it?
Yeah.
A conversation I keep having with my missus since she had this cancer operation. It's really sideswiped her, and she keeps saying to me, I'm just so tired now.
Yeah.
And I said, you don't realise how early you start to get old. Because she's just, the day she came out of hospital, she turned 40. And it's just fucked her completely. And
Yeah.
poor
Well, you
cow.
know you're old when you have to make a noise to get out of a chair.
Well, that's Billy Connolly, isn't it? If you make
Yeah.
a noise getting out of a beanbag,
Yeah.
you know
as
you're
soon
getting on.
as you make the noise where you have to do the Yeah. You go, that's it.
That's the noise.
Just make the box now. I'll get in.
15-minute psych up to roll out of bed.
I
Yeah,
actually only
yeah.
started feeling old when I realised that if I listened to something like Radio 1 and I didn't recognise a single piece of music on there, and that's when I thought, yeah, you're past it now, you know.
My missus
Yeah,
listens
I'm like
to
with
Heart
Radio
every
2.
morning, and I can't.
Yeah, you're old when you switch to Radio 2 because they play the tunes you like.
Tunes you know.
Yeah. You tune in, it's ragtime. Oh shit, is it that bad?
Dixieland jazz.
Yeah.
Scott Joplin going for it.
Well, it's like Fiona. She listens to Radio 4. It's sort of like, might
mean, I
give her a walking stick.
I listen sometimes and I'm like, I can't believe the Eagles are still on the radio. I'm like, how are the Eagles still on the radio? And then like Aerosmith.
Because they were good.
And then you hear the charts and you go,
But I was sick of them,
right,
like,
that's why.
in the 90s. I was sick of them in the 90s, and it's still going. It's just like a bad
Groundhog
movie.
Day.
Bad trip.
Yeah, but Kent is right. You know, that's what I found listening to stuff, and you just think, you know, it brings out the inner tie in me. I think it. And
We all have an inner tie.
We've all got that furry beast just waiting to get
Yeah.
out, haven't we?
He wears his on the outside. Bless his little cottons.
Oh, fuck, he had me in stitches earlier. Watch it just comes on and everybody just jumps on him. It's like
And he's
very
always
jump.
laying back. He's just like, okay, go ahead. I'm ready for you.
the thing is, I completely get it. I really whenever he says something, I just think, yeah, I know where you're coming from. You know, there's life is too short to put up.
Well,
with
he's
so
built
much.
up. He's built up a immunity to that sort of stuff simply because he's had to deal with directors and
Yes,
producers.
And
and stuff like-
no offense, Zoe, if you're still there, but there are some people in the media can be quite odd at times.
Yeah. Like asking for the score to an unlocked video. Yeah, good luck. Jesus Christ. No, lock it. Then we'll write it. Jesus.
Easiest people in the world to work with. Don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it was the point about the shaker that he made. That
So he's laughing in the chat.
She knows what I'm talking about. That's the point. But, yeah, you know, he has to deal with people that really don't appreciate what it is that he has to do.
And what
And
he
they-
pulls off as well.
Yeah.
I actually, what was it? I played the dinosaur thing the other day and I turned the screen off just to listen to
Yeah.
the score. Oh, fuck. Oh,
Yeah, I know. I said to Ty, I said, send me the FLAC now. I just send me the FLAC. He goes, yeah, it'll be on BBC. No, just send me the music.
Yeah.
I don't need to have. And so
I don't need
it's
the pictures.
here.
Yes.
Yeah. With old David doing his bit, but
Yeah. The dialogue ruins the music.
yeah, because they dial it back as he speaks and go, what? Trying to listen past him because I'm there to listen to the music, not the actual docu. So, but there you go.
Yeah. Zoe's saying TV production managers are all right. I wonder why that might be, Zoe.
Yeah, yeah. No bias there.
No, of course not.
No, but you know, because there's a few people that Ty's worked with for 20 years, and you know they get it and they understand him and he understands them and it's fine. But every now and again you may get somebody from I think it was one particular country that he said he had a lot of trouble with, but you know, and it's just like what was a simple job but just becomes an absolute nightmare, you know. So.
Well, I mean, as
I think you
Grace,
get that in any profession, really,
Yeah.
can't you? I mean,
but as Grace said last night, you know, when she's going to all parts of the world and having to deal with people who have different attitudes and opinions to how things should happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Hans was telling me about when he worked with Chris Nolan. He got it, he understood, and when he wanted something particular from the music, he was able to convey in a musical way what he wanted from the score.
Didn't just say, can you make it more orange?
No.
Yeah.
But Hans was telling me about the guys. He said, it goes, it feels red. I need it to be more green.
Who was it who said that? And they ended up with a cymbal crash or something. Was it Dom Hawken?
Don't know. It might have been.
I'm sure it was Dom.
Yeah.
That
No,
came
but
out in that one.
often the director will talk about or mood. Sometimes with mood, and they go, "Oh, I need it to be happier," and you go, "Okay, I think I know what you mean by that," and you got some semblance of a direction to go in with that with that particular description. But when they come in and they start talking about if it had more glitter,
Yeah, like abstract crap.
and you go, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
It's all about being able to articulate yourself, isn't it? That's the thing. It's being able to convey correctly what you want.
Are just full of shit.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Articulate yourself.
But if they're talking like that to the composer, what the hell are they saying to the actors?
Have you ever been to an art gallery or an art exhibition with someone who has studied art?
What was that silly bugger's name? What was his?
I mean, I know what I like. I can look at a picture and go, yeah, I like that. I don't want to have to stand necessarily in front of a picture for 2 hours contemplating it and trying to work out what it is that the artist meant, because frankly I don't care. If it looks good to me, it looks good, and that's it.
I think they nailed it in Skyfall when 007's sitting in the art gallery with Q and he says, "All I see is a bloody big ship."
Yeah. But that's it. I mean, but music is like that as well. It's completely subjective. And everybody hears the same track differently.
Yeah.
All right, you get a fan base where everybody hears the same track the same way, and it does the same thing to them. But generally speaking...
This is where I always struggled with my English teachers, because, we're being taught, this is what the author meant. I say, well, I don't read it like that.
Yeah,
Well, that's the thing. It's your personal interpretation is what
exactly
makes or breaks it, isn't it?
Yeah.
For you as a person.
Right, and that's the intent, actually, of a lot of the authors. Versus someone saying what it was about later,
Yeah, this is why I prefer it. This is why I prefer it when artists don't explain what they were doing or what they were thinking when they create a track. If it leaves it down to your personal interpretation, that for me works better.
Yeah.
Makes it more personal for me. And it will be different for everyone else.
Yeah. No, I mean, for me, when I'm writing, if I write a track, I'm not thinking about anything in particular. I'm just listening that, does it grab me by the testicles and feel good? If not, then, I'd try a different chord.
If it gives you a certain shiver.
Yeah. Also, I like Matt's approach that he'd rather not know, because, even when was American Pie first released, and people still talk about what does it mean, and all the Beatles tracks, what do they mean?
The one person that pisses me off is Simon Le Bon. If you ever go and see Duran Duran live, he'll stand there and he'll tell you what the next song's going to be about. It's like, shut the fuck up and let me listen to it. I don't want to hear what you were tossing yourself off.
Perform, monkey, perform.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is all this shit. Fuck off. Just let me listen to the song.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the ultimate cheese.
Yeah, the guy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We can say cheese.
It's all right.
The thing is, don't you want people to sort of find their own interpretations anyway?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it should be. It should be about invoking emotions in the individual.
Yeah.
Well, good vocalists, good lyricists do that too, right? That's what makes
it'll be open enough in order for lots of people to connect in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as Wagyu says in the chat, it's fine. lyrics
Yeah.
that leave a lot of ambiguity. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's what makes Shimmer so great, right? Sasquatch, just shh.
no, the shimmer is the rescue tool for when you fucked up, and you need at least 10 seconds to recover from something.
Yeah. Oh man.
Perhaps I need to integrate that into my hardware rig.
I thought it was a given. I thought, that's the only reason why shimmer exists.
Yeah, no.
Just have a nice, or at a push, I suppose you can use a really long reverb. But if you've got something discordant going on, a long reverb isn't necessarily that good. Whereas at least a shimmer gives some animation to it.
No, it's got to be a long tail reverb. It's got to be. I mean, I'm renowned for it. I've had some brilliant and fantastic and talented musicians say to me, "You use too much reverb, mate. It's too much reverb."
Is there such a thing? Says Cat.
Yeah, you go, well, why? He said, why? Even Richard Hilton has said to me, he goes, "Why do you use so much reverb?" I said, "Because I spent 30 years trying to find the right one." And now I've got the right one. I want to hear it. All right, now get off my back about it.
Yeah.
And what is your
Piss
your
off,
right
piss off,
one,
Rich. I
Kat?
spent 15 quid on my first one. Bug off.
Yeah, I waited 30 years to do this. Whoa. So, yeah, look.
Oh.
There you go.
And which reverb is it?
Does sound nice.
That's Black Hole.
Ah.
Now, most people wouldn't think about putting Black Hole on a Fender Rhodes. It's a bit like bolting a sausage to a Capri, isn't it? It's like, why would you do that? Yeah, why would you
Because
do that?
you
That's
can.
what, yeah. I go, well, I happen to like big sausages on Capris. Okay, so
Somebody has to write your analogies down because
We've got them on video. Don't worry.
some of them are bad. I tell you.
the best one was the synth sounded like a baby farting in custard. Fucking knocked me sideways, that did.
Yeah, but it did. It did. What can I say? It did. That's what it reminded me of.
Was it the Korg that you had? Was it the 3100 or something? It's a string synth with tits.
Yeah, it is.
Where the fuck does that come from?
I don't know. I don't know.
I actually have tears streaming from my eyes at that. Sorry.
That was the night I first heard about the clitoris patch.
Yeah,
I'd
Yeah.
never heard it.
yeah. No, it's quite roundly known. That was I'm trying to remember the name of the band. Oh man, I can't remember the name of the band. I remember the clitoris patch. That's all. That's all that's important.
I nearly killed Mike Metley with my comment when I said, it can't be the clitoris patch because he found it.
Yeah. Oh mate.
Jesus.
Yeah, but I like, if I can, try. You see, like for instance, I in my head I'm using reverb as like a chord, an additional chord to what I'm playing. If you see what I mean. So you're getting the essence of what it is you're playing. But obviously, when other people hear it, they're not thinking like that. What they're doing is they're hearing a piano with a shitload of reverb over the top of it, you see. So, and that's the problem. So I have to train everybody to listen to it the way I do, and then we'll be fine.
Reverb to me, like long tail reverb, hits me here. That's really strange stuff to me. I love it. So
Yeah.
it's
But-
funny how different things, different sounds, different effects do different things to people.
I do like.
that.
Yeah.
I was just going to say it's like Jean-Michel Jarre using the phasers.
Yeah.
It creates an ambiance, a feeling,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shimmers. It's a beautiful feel to it. For me sometimes it muddies things a little bit. In a way that I don't want things muddy. Maybe because I'm a little more percussive,
That's
and
what you're feeding into it. If you're feeding too much into it, it'll soon get really cloudy.
But it's fine. It's just kind of like to make fun
It's
of.
interesting. I was thinking about that the other day, that if you take something like Equinox, right? You hear it on the, you've got the album, you listen to the album. If you perform that live, you can't make it the same, because you're never going to get the stone phaser to peak and trough at the same
right
point in the
Exactly.
track.
Yeah.
So now it's completely different, even though it sounds exactly the same. It's not the same. It's very weird. And it's the same with, anything that uses an effect a lot, especially a free running effect like that. But that's where, to me, it was particularly clever, which sent me down a different road, because with his 12-stage phaser, he used an envelope generator to control the sweep.
Right.
So he could have the sweep in precisely the point he wanted it. So it became actually yet another musical instrument. But he could recreate it because it was a key press event.
Yeah, I've got a piece of test gear called a sweep function generator that can be triggered and controlled.
Yeah, same thing.
It's pretty good.
I find. Okay.
Sorry.
No, I was going to say I just find reverb difficult. I'm kind of nervous about it. Because some people. I mean, it's really delicate things, and a lot of people. I'm afraid to use something too much because I'm not really clear if I have a good reverb. If that, because some people seem to be
nice.
so, have such strong opinions about it. I'm like, well, I don't know, man. I can't really. I mean, I can hear
I
a plate
think
versus a spring versus a, but we get into these kind of areas where it's like, oh, that reverb is.
it depends on the instrument, and I find that more natural sounding instruments work better with reverbs than
well, you definitely
very
need
very synthesized.
Yeah, if you sing on any of your tracks, you gotta. I mean, it's impossible.
We see another thing you can do, right? For instance, if you got like a reverb that you're liking, and you're playing, and you find that you go, oh, that's too much reverb. You dial it back, right?
Yeah.
Dial back its tail, and now you've lost the effect. Whereas the best thing to do is go, well, look, if it's too muddy down the bottom end, bring the have a reverb where you can control its mid, bass, and trebles. So filter out the bottom end, so you can still have the tail without it going quite so muddy, and then do the same for the so like parametric across the keyboard almost sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, certainly.
Just going to grab a coffee back in a moment.
Oh, but do me one as well, 2 sugars.
I've learned definitely with the low end how it can be just destroy.
Yeah. Or you can change the way that the track's done, because sometimes, like when you go down, you do a chord that's perhaps a little low on the board. It's just to play it an octave higher and just have a double bass note, for instance, instead. And that helps, because instead of playing the track, I'm notorious for this. Instead of writing the track a certain way that you would. That you would normally. Sometimes I change the way it's written to fit the reverb I'm using, bizarrely enough. No. But at least that way, the end product is more rounded, if you see what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I just tend to use delays. I tend to use so much, delay. In a sense, it's a reverb, but that I can't use them both a lot because. Oh, that really sounds good. I mean, just for being on YouTube and everything, it's like filling up my speakers. Yeah,
well, it's like it's one where I use two different reverbs at the same time. So I've got one reverb tuned to do what I want to one sound, and another one to do the other sound. So when you got the two together, hang on a second. Bloody pitch wheel's going again. Nice. Like that. And they mix together, and instead of getting too muddy, they're separated just by tuning what the reverbs do.
Well, see, that kind of slower pace, kind of with all that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That's where the reverb shines, right?
But when I do something really fast, I do exactly the same techniques, just shorten the tails.
Okay.
Because it's moving on quickly, the tail's done its job, move on.
Yeah.
And when you're doing slow, you have the tails longer to do its job before the main next event, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
So, and I do, but I mess with reverbs for hours on end. It's ridiculous. I should actually write stuff instead of going, oh, is the reverb right?
Oh, it's fascinating for sure.
Gentlemen, I'm going to leave you.
Yeah,
Oh, dear.
Thank you.
I'm gonna roll too. It's
Well, actually, I probably should do the same because it's 1 o'clock and I've got an electrician coming at 7:45 tomorrow morning. Just fit a new
Finally
fuse
getting
board.
the kitchen fixed.
Yeah, get the kitchen fixed and get the that master switch thing that I have to have by law
Yes.
in the workshop for the air conditioner. I haven't had the air conditioner plugged in yet. It's a couple of months on now. It's got dust on it.
Yeah, a few warm days as well.
Yeah. Right,
Well, yeah.
gentlemen
Suppose
of the show, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, catch up with you later.
yeah.
Catch you soon, Matt. Take
Take
care.
care,
soon.
everybody. Look
you
after
later.
yourselves, okay?
See you guys.
Okay. Bye.
Take care.
Cheers.